Hey, I think we're getting into work now. Hey guys, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only here with.
Jet Black, the one and only.
And today we're gonna play a tabletop RPG, which I'm just making up as I go. So Winslow,
Yes.
you wake up in a room.
Okay.
What do you do?
There any light?
You look around, and you notice there's a window directly above you. There's a spotlight shining down on you, but the rest of the room is black.
Completely dark. There's a window. Is it like a pane of glass, or is it like a window with like the four things, or like?
Just a pane of glass, more or less a sunroof.
Ooh, this is a good question. What's my bed look like, or what's the thing I'm on look like? Am I on the floor?
You're in a bed. It's very woolly, soft, and warm. Definitely comfortable.
Okay.
Seems new,
New.
not like something that's been like slept in a lot.
Interesting. What do like the sheets and like stuff look like? What does the bed look like?
It looks like it's made out of a bear.
Out of a bear.
Yeah, like
So, like-
thick blankets made of like really woolly,
Bears.
furry bird. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just said bird. Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the pillow also bare?
There are no pillows.
Interesting. It's just covers that are bare.
Yo, Kirby, welcome to the
Is
stream.
there a
Say hi.
mattress, or am I just on a pile of bare?
There is indeed a mattress.
Is it on like stilts or anything?
You're in a wooden bed.
Okay. I look up, and because of like the way that the window would work, I would imagine you could see like the material that's like around the window.
That's around the window.
Yeah, because it'd be like illuminated a little bit.
Wood.
Wood. So the thing I'm in is wood.
Mhm.
Okay. I very quietly and carefully try and stand up on the bed and like get my balance really good.
Mhm.
And then I like try and look up out the window. Like get close to it and like stand up and look out the window.
When you attempt to look through the window, you find yourself on top of a log cabin with a flat roof. You're standing on top of a glass pane.
Wait. What? I didn't understand that. So I stand up and I realize that my bed is on a glass pane.
No. So when you attempt to look through the window, you find yourself on the roof of a log cabin with a flat roof,
I'm on the roof.
standing on a glass pane. It's daylight.
So as soon as I look through the window, I'm teleported to a roof.
You're on top of a glass pane on the roof of a log cabin. It's a
So if
flat
I
roof.
just look through it, I'm there. So it just teleported me to the other side of the window.
It's daytime. You're surrounded by forest and there's a nearby river.
Why did I not like open the thing? Why was I just immediately teleported? I look back down without like crouching down. I just like look and glance back down into the window.
You're back on top of the bed.
I look back up.
You're back on top of the glass pane on the roof.
Okay. I very carefully step off of the glass pane and like step onto the roof.
What do you look at?
I look around
You look around as you do it or after you do it?
after I do it.
After you do it? What are you looking at as you do it?
The roof.
The roof?
Like where I'm stepping.
Where you're stepping? You attempt to move your foot. Your foot doesn't move. You are where you were looking.
So it's like a clicker game where you like click. I extend my arms.
You attempt to extend your arms. Where are you looking?
I close my eyes.
Okay.
I extend my arms.
Your eyes are closed. You see nothing.
I extend my arms.
You don't feel any different.
I try to put my hands together.
You don't feel them collide. Nor do you hear the sound of a clap.
I look down off of the roof onto the ground.
Do you open your eyes?
Yes. First, I open my eyes, then I look down.
When you open your eyes, you're actually lying in bed. You just woke up. Above you is a glass pane. Light is shining down on the bed.
I look up into the glass.
You're now standing on top of a glass pane on a flat roof of a wood cabin.
I look at the ground.
You look at the ground. You are now standing on the ground next to the log cabin.
What does it look like?
The cabin is actually quite beautiful. Made out of logs. You're not exactly sure what kind of wood it is, but it's a light color. It seems to be relatively new, little to no wear or tear. You don't see any other cabins in the surrounding distance. So there is a nearby river.
I look at the bank of the river.
The bank of the river?
Yes.
You are now standing by the river on the bank. The water seems pristine. You see small fish jumping out.
Wait. So this is an important question. Exteriorly from the game. Externally from the game. So if I don't look at something directly...
In the game, you hear an echoing voice that goes, so if I don't look at something directly,
I mute myself. I deafen myself.
how?
I concentrate really hard until I don't hear anybody.
Roll a die.
What type of die?
A d6.
100 dice to roll 1. Just roll d6?
Just one d6.
4.
You rolled a 4? Okay. I will now roll a d6. You successfully deafen yourself. You now can no longer hear.
And now I can no longer do. Okay, so if I look at something in game, if I don't look at something in game, but I look adjacent to it, you'll still describe the surroundings? Or is there a way for me to look at things without teleporting to them?
You don't hear the booming voice say all those words.
I try to unmute myself.
Roll a d6.
3.
You rolled a 3. I will also roll a d6. You successfully undeafen yourself.
What do I hear?
You hear the delightful sounds of the rolling river water. A butterfly passes by.
I look at the butterfly.
You look at the butterfly. You are now riding on the back of a butterfly. You're the size of a needle.
I look at the butterfly's back.
Okay. I mean, you're on it, so I imagine a lot of the time you're
What does
looking
it look like? at a single piece of fur on the butterfly's back.
You look at a single piece of fur. You're focusing pretty hard on that. It looks furry.
Nothing happens.
The butterfly keeps flying.
Where are we going?
Are you saying that name again?
Sure.
I don't know. Where would you like to go? Says the butterfly.
Well, what's around?
Oh, I don't know. I'm new here.
You're new here?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I just came out of that log cabin in the distance.
What log cabin?
One not too far away. I'm curious as to where this river goes.
I don't see a log cabin.
Do you see the river?
Yes.
Let's see where
flying
the river
above it.
goes.
Oh, okay. I'll just continue down this river.
Cool.
Tell me if you see anything interesting as you go by.
For sure. What's happening as we go by?
What's happening as you go by? Do you look around?
Sure.
Where do you look?
I briefly glance at each thing, but not specifically focusing on anything.
You quickly look around, but because you're not focusing on anything, you just see streams of like fast moving objects.
I try to do the same thing, but a little bit slower.
But a little bit slower. You realize that you're seeing streams of fast moving objects because you're not focusing and you're moving on the back of something fast, not necessarily because you're looking really quickly by moving your head.
Okay. So I look in one direction in accordance with my position on the butterfly, but not focusing on any one specific thing.
When you look in that direction, you see an image. It looks almost like a man in a bear suit, but you're not sure if it is or if it is just, excuse me, an actual bear.
Hey, butterfly, is that a man in a bear suit or an actual bear over there?
I don't see anything.
Look in the direction I'm looking.
The butterfly rotates itself in the air to view what you're looking at, changing its direction as it flies directly toward what could be a bear or a man in a bear suit. The butterfly...
So just for a second, so that we don't run into it.
What? You continue on your course for what could be a bear or a man in a bear suit.
Look for just a second, and then let's divert away in case it's dangerous.
Look at what for a second?
Whatever the man bear thing is.
I don't see anything.
Then let's
Where's the
divert away.
river?
Turn back around the other way so we can see the river.
What way is the butterfly lands on the forehead of what could be a bear or maybe just a man in a bear suit?
I look down at the head of the man bear thing.
You are now crushing the butterfly under your foot as you stand on the head of what could be a man in a bear suit or an actual bear. It doesn't move.
I look more closely.
Okay. You look closer. It's definitely furry like a bear. Has dark fur.
Does it have claws or hands?
It indeed has claws.
Is it standing upright or on all fours?
It's standing upright. And you're standing on its head.
Hello.
You say hello. You hear. You can barely hear it. It sounds far away, but you know that the bear is close.
Where are you?
I'm under your foot, but you hear it. Just barely. It's like a whisper, a high-pitched whisper.
I whispered, "I'm sorry," and then I moved my foot around the same relative position so
You
as to kill
hear
the butterfly.
a loud crack of thunder. Lightning strikes behind you. You don't hear a small voice anymore.
Is someone mad that I killed that butterfly?
You say that in-game or out of game?
In game.
You don't hear a response.
I'm sorry, you seemed in pain.
You don't hear a response.
I look a significant distance away from the man bear thing, behind it. But just far enough away where I can still see what it is and make out details of it.
You see a volcano.
Am I there?
You are now at the top of a volcano. It's very high.
I look back down where the bear was.
The bear's no longer there. You're standing where it was.
What? Oh, okay. I look back towards the base of the volcano.
The bear is there. You're now in front of the bear.
Hello.
You say hello. The bear says nothing.
Look slightly behind me.
You look behind you. You're now further back.
Hello.
The bear has vanished.
I look up into the sky.
You are now up in the sky, falling to your death.
I look back down at the ground.
You look back down at the ground. You hear.
I look at the ground.
You look at the ground. You are crushed to death by a bear. You wake up in a bed under a glass pane. The sun showers down upon you through the sunroof, but you can't see in the surrounding room. It's dark.
I don't understand.
The bed seems to be made out of a woolly bear-like material.
I look up at the glass.
You're now standing on a glass pane.
I look down at the ground.
You're now standing on the ground. The log cabin is very nice. You can't tell what kind of wood it's made out of, but it seems to be a light-colored wood.
I look for the front door.
You look for the front door. You find yourself standing in front of the front door. It's a nice darker wood color.
I try to open the door.
With what?
My mind.
You try to open the door with your mind. That's stupid. Nothing happens.
I try and open the door with my belief in doors.
With your belief in doors. Roll a d6.
5.
5. You do believe in doors. However, this door does not open due to belief.
What'd you roll?
Who knows?
Alright. Is there a window on the door?
You look, and you see that there is indeed a window on the door.
I look through the window on the door.
You look through the window of the door, and you find yourself in an empty living room. This cabin seems unlived in, brand new.
Oh, I guess this is my cabin. Is this my cabin?
Do you say that in game?
Mm-hmm.
You hear no response. The house is empty and dark. You only see a stream of light directly behind you, coming through the window from the door that you entered.
I look back through the window on the door that I entered.
You look back through the window, and you find yourself standing on the porch of the cabin.
I look out into the distance. What do I see?
You're now standing on a hilltop, past the river. Back in the direction you came from, you can see the river, the cabin, and a volcano in the distance. Slightly ahead of the cabin, you see what might be a bear, or a man in a bear suit. You're not quite sure.
I call out, hello.
You hear no response, but your voice echoes its way down toward the bear, or man in bear suit. Still unsure. It doesn't move. It doesn't make a sound. It just stands there.
I look at the man bear thing.
You look at it, and now you're right in front of it.
Hello.
You say hello. It doesn't respond.
I check to see if it's alive.
How do you check?
Observation.
You look at it, and it seems uncanny. It's hard to tell if it's even a real bear or not.
I look to see if it's breathing.
You look at it to see if it's breathing. You don't see any movements that would indicate that it was breathing. It seems so lifelike and yet motionless. It might be someone pretending to be motionless, or maybe a paralyzed bear? You're probably more confused than you were earlier.
I look back at the hill.
You arrive back at the hill.
I look to see what's on the opposite side of the hill from where I came.
You have arrived in a peaceful meadow of daisies. Back behind you, where the hill was that you were standing on, stands the bear, or man in bear suit, or paralyzed bear, whatever it may be.
I look out into the field.
Looking out into the field of daisies, you find yourself inside of an active beehive. They're massive bees flying around carrying honey.
I say, hello bees, I'm sorry to interrupt. I seem to be a little bit lost. Can you help me?
You feel a sharp pain in your back before awaking in a bed that seems to be made out of the wool of a bear. It's a nice new wooden bed. Light showers down upon you from a sunroof in the ceiling. It seems like a nice, quaint place, but you can't seem to make out anything in the room around you. Seems dark.
I attempt to believe in constructing myself working arms.
You attempt to believe in the construction of building working arms.
I attempt to believe so that I can construct working arms.
Roll a d6.
2.
2. You don't believe that you can construct working arms.
I try again.
You get a headache.
I look down at myself.
You see that you have arms and legs and a complete body.
I attempt to move it.
You attempt to move your body. You stand up in your bed.
I attempt to move my leg.
You lay back down in your bed.
I move my leg again.
You stand back up in your bed.
I attempt to jump.
Nothing happens.
I attempt to move my arm.
Nothing happens.
I attempt to move my leg.
You lie back down in the bed.
I attempt to move my leg.
You stand back up in the bed.
I try and look in 360 degrees.
At once?
Just continuously.
So just like spinning around? You spin around in place, standing on the bed.
Okay.
You don't see anything in the room around you. Pitch black darkness.
I attempt to break the window.
With what?
My hand.
Do you look at the window?
No, I just sense where it is from the light that's coming from it.
Nothing happens. You continue to spin around in place, standing on the bed.
I stop spinning.
You stop spinning. You get a little dizzy. Roll a d6.
5.
5. You fall off the bed and hit your head on the wood floor. When you awaken, you're lying in a wool bed. Seems to be made out of some kind of bear. It's a nice new wooden bed. The surrounding room is a pitch black dark.
I attempt to take with me the covers.
How?
Belief in covers.
Roll a d6.
3.
3. You see the covers, yet you don't believe in them.
I think about how I could equip the covers
What do your thoughts tell you?
to hit control click.
Your thoughts are rather strange.
Spacebar.
What?
Spacebar.
What?
I have to hit the spacebar.
Every time you hit spacebar, you hear what come from the darkness of the room.
Hello?
Hello.
Where am I?
I can't tell you that.
Why not?
That's not what I'm here for.
What are you here for?
I'm here to help.
How do you help?
I can tell you some basics.
Sure.
What do you want to know?
Everything.
That's a little too general for my taste.
How do I move?
You look.
Can I move? Can I look at things without going to them?
It's debatable.
How?
Well, if you decide to look at something specific, you're probably going to move toward it, unless it's obscured by darkness.
But if it's something general,
Then maybe not. It's kind of iffy.
okay. Can I take things with me?
How do you want to take it?
Is there any way that I can equip things?
If you want to hold an item, you got 2 hands. Look at it like you're trying to move toward it, but try to also grab it with your hand. Gotta do both.
Okay.
Okay, I hope that's helpful.
It is. Is there anything else you feel like I should know as a basic?
If you want to talk to me, you gotta hit the space bar.
What if I hit the delete key?
You don't hear anything.
I hit the space bar.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I hold the space bar.
What?
I hit the space bar and at the same time say hello.
Hello.
I hit the space bar again, but as I do, I very quickly say, what if I hit the delete button?
You hear a shrug.
I hit the space bar and say, can I see you?
I'm in the dark currently.
I hit the space bar and say, can you come into the light?
No.
I hit the space bar and and say, why not?
Because your surrounding area is in the dark.
I hit the space bar and say, can I turn on a light?
How?
Is there a light in?
Sunroof.
Is there another light that would allow me to see?
You don't hear anything.
I hit the space bar and say, is there another light that would allow me to see?
The sun.
I look up at the glass window pane.
You now are standing on a glass pane on the top of a wood cabin with a flat roof. You can see a surrounding forest and a river. You're now standing on a bed made out of
I look up at the glass pane and attempt to push it.
Oh, with your hand?
Mm-hmm.
You look up at the glass pane. When you attempt to push it with your hand, you break the glass of the glass pane. The glass rains upon you, a sharp death. When you awaken, you're lying in a bed made out of bare wool. It's a nice new wood
I
bed.
look up at the thing.
You're now standing on a glass pane on the top of a flat log cabin roof. In the distance you see a river. It's very pretty. You're in a forest.
I look at the hill.
Oh, there's a hill in the distance past the river. How'd you know? You're now standing on a hilltop. From the hilltop, you can see in the distance a field of daisies. On the other end where you came from, you can see a log cabin,
I
a
look in
riverbed.
general at the field of daisies.
In general, at the field of daisies, there are lots of daisies there, and a very large beehive.
I look some distance away from the beehive.
You can't. You're not an eagle.
I look a walking, wait, no, I was on the hill. I look a walking distance away. I look a safe distance away from the beehive.
The beehive, you can't see farther past from that. It's a rather large beehive.
I shout out, hello bees,
You hear no response.
buzz, 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 buzz.
You hear no response.
Bees suck.
You hear no response.
I look at the edge of the field of daisies toward me.
You arrive at the edge of the field of daisies. You're surrounded by beautiful daisy flowers.
I say, hello daisies.
You say hello to the flowers. The carbon dioxide from your voice helps them grow.
I look in general down the rows of the edge of the field of daisies.
You see more beautiful daisies that would probably greatly appreciate more carbon dioxide.
I look and attempt to scan my eyes down the field of daisies until I see the end.
Until you see the end. You keep looking and you keep looking and you keep looking, but there doesn't seem to be an end in sight. The only thing that seems to break the monotony of the daisies is the massive beehive. If you look back in the direction of where you came, there's the hilltop, there's the
I
cabin.
look at a specific daisy.
You're now standing on the polleny, soft and bouncy surface of a daisy.
I look in general at the other daisies around me.
They look rather big from this perspective.
I look in general at the ground below me.
You see ants marching along, carrying with them small sugar cubes.
Hello, ants.
One of the ants closes its mandibles on the sugar cube, crushing it into dust, and looks towards you. You can't read its emotion, for it is an ant.
I look at the ant.
You are now riding on the back of the ant. It seems to be moving hectically continues to move more and more violently. The other ants around it seem to be concerned.
I look back up at a daisy.
You are now once again standing on a soft, polleny,
I look in
trampoline-like
general
daisy.
down toward the scene below me, in general.
You see the ants now snipping away at the stem of the daisy of which you're standing on, aggressively. They continue snipping away.
Sniffing? I thought you said sniffing. Oh. I was like, I don't.
The daisy begins to tip forward,
I
losing
look
its
at another
structural
daisy.
stability.
I looked at another daisy.
When you look at the other daisy, the momentum from the tipping daisy that you were on seems to follow you as you travel. You are now fallen face first on a bouncy, trampoline-like pollen-covered daisy. You bounce off of it, and you're now flying through the air.
I look at the hill. I look at the hill.
As you attempt to look around while flying in the air, there's too much motion blur, unable to see things
I look
clearly.
down at the ground.
You're already on the ground now. It's dark. What do?
I attempt to look around.
You're currently lying face down on the ground. It's dark.
I stand up.
You stand up. You're very small. The daisies around you create coverage, their petals preventing you from seeing above. Behind you, you hear the snapping of mandibles.
I look up at the top of a daisy.
You look up, but you're unable to see the top of a daisy.
I look up at a daisy.
You see the petals.
I look up at the petals.
You see them.
I look specifically at the petals as if trying to move there.
How unfortunate. The ants seem to be getting closer.
I look as far away from the ants as I possibly can.
You find yourself surrounded by more daisies. This time, no ants in the area, but you do find a bag. It's huge compared to you, almost like it was made for real people.
I'm a weird person, I'm just small.
Seems to be knitted together out of a braided brown silk-like material.
Is it bare?
Is it bare? It's not made of bare.
I look into the bag.
The bag is much larger than you. How do you suppose that you'll look inside of it? It's standing upright.
I look at the opening of the bag and attempt to continually prop it open.
The bag is currently tied shut with a string.
I attempt to look at the string and pull on it.
And pull on it? The bag flies through the air with you holding on to the string. It's whisked away in the air as
So
you
I still have
hold on.
human strength.
You land surrounded by ants, holding on to the string of the
I
bag.
jump.
Nothing happens.
I attempt to punch the ants.
How?
I look at the ants and then I try and touch them, but extremely quickly.
The ant explodes on contact with your fist. It is a bloody massacre, but it sets off the other ants.
I continue to do it at an extreme rate. At
One
one
punch. Limbs are just flying everywhere. Exoskeletons shattering at your very touch. It's a bloody affair, and you find yourself covered in ant bile. But all the ants seem to be dead. More seem to be appearing. Why? You're not sure.
I scream out at the ants. Are we even? Are y'all gonna stop now?
The ants continue. They don't seem to be focused on you, but they're definitely all surrounding you, but not paying attention to you. They're getting closer.
I look at the ground and I try to pick it up one handful at a time and then let it go.
You end up creating craters in the ground as you do it, lifting up raining boulders of dirt that come down upon and start smashing more of the ants. It's like a god among men, just crushing them, but yet they still seem to come. They start coming from different angles, trying to avoid the raining hellfire of dirt as they're trying to get to something that seems to be around you, but not quite you. None of their eyes are focused on you. Their intent doesn't seem to be to get to you, but you don't know what they're looking for.
I stand still.
As you stand still, the ants swarm around and get uncomfortably close, but still not messing with you. They all crawl on the bag, and as they crawl up the bag, they sneak in through the top, and lo and behold, as they emerge, sugar cubes.
I look at where the ants are coming from.
In the direction of the ants?
Yes.
Which way? Because they were coming from like all sides.
Against where the most of them were coming.
Unable to differentiate.
Behind the direction behind the nearest ant to me.
When surrounded by ants, unable to differentiate.
I attempt to push the ground with my legs while looking at it.
Nothing happens.
I attempt to push the ground with my hands while looking at it.
You launch yourself into the air with the force of your push alone. You now are flying above the daisies, but
I attempt to grab the ground. I attempt to grab the daisies.
on your attempt to grab the ground, you do, with full force. You awaken in a wool bed, seemingly made out of a bear. It's a wooden bed.
I look up at the.
You're now standing on a glass pane on top
I
of
look
it.
at the. You know.
You're now standing on a hilltop.
I look at the bear.
You see, you're now standing in front of what could be a bear, or maybe a man in a bear suit.
I punch it.
How so?
I look at it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I try to touch it, but extremely hard in its eye.
You feel the bones in your hand shatter to pieces before blacking out. When you wake up,
I look at
what do you look at?
the window.
You're now standing in a glass pane on top of
I look at the bear.
You don't see a bear.
I look at the river.
You are now in a river, unable to move your body, as the river is carrying you down. You don't know where the river will take you, but at least there's a nice butterfly flying around.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
I need some help.
Oh, help? I can't see you.
Where could you see me?
I'm not sure. I only see this river here.
I look at the butterfly.
You look at the butterfly. It has very nice wings.
I look at the butterfly as if it's something to be on top of it and very small.
Its wings are quite majestic.
Why did I only get this is outside of the game? Why did I
A
only
booming voice says, "Why do I only get..."
Shut, I'm slowly growing to hate this game. I haven't done anything in my character sheet. This isn't a character. We've been at this for like 35 minutes.
Says a booming voice.
I just don't understand the goal. I don't.
We can play a different game, but if we do, you gotta give me the the opportunity to explain like the world.
Sure.
Okay. So at any time you can hit spacebar and there's this talking beaver, and the beaver pretty much tells you stuff that goes on depending on like what's going on. You can only teleport to things that you look at to get like on top of it if it's either something that's transparent or you're seeing the top of it. So like when you were under the daisies, you couldn't teleport on top of the daisies because you can't see the top. But you can get on top of the window pane because the window pane you can see through it, like directly. The bear was not a bear or a man in a bear suit. It's like a bear skin wrapped around a stone statue.
Why do they keep moving?
So after you look at the bear and like interact with it initially, depending on the circumstance, the next time you teleport, the bear will vanish. If you teleport again, the bear will take the place of the last location you were at when you teleported.
Will it keep doing that forever?
Depends. Like I said, it's based on the circumstance. In large part, it has to do with you seeing it reappear at least once. So if you teleport and you see the bear disappear, and then you teleport again, but you don't see the bear the second time, the bear won't follow you. You have to like keep re-seeing it.
Yeah.
One time when you died because the bear got teleported into the air where you were. Yeah, and it like crushed you. The butterfly can only see the river and literally nothing else. So whenever you ask the butterfly to look at anything,
So the butterfly just circles the river, or is it that like
it just flies down the river because it's the only thing it sees, so it's the only thing that can guide it.
But if I turned it away from the river, would it see other things?
When you turned it away from the river, it was like, what bear? Like what? And then you were like, the bear, and it's like I can't see anything. The butterfly is like literal. Like it's being literal. Like he can't see anything because you turned him like away from the river.
It can only see the river.
It can literally only see the river.
What is the? How do those things connect? I don't understand.
The beehive is not small. I was being literal when I said it was like massive. Yeah, it's actually like a big ass thing.
Yeah.
And when you go into it, the bees are just hella aggressive. They're not like the butterfly, so they don't help you with anything. They only exist to be in your way and kill you. The ants don't like being ridden. They don't fuck with you otherwise, but you kind of aggroed them, and that's why they attacked you initially. And once you killed those initial ants, that's why none of those other ants fucked with you. They just like sugar cubes. So if you give the ants sugar cubes, that's like a plus. The mission of it is actually like a really abstract thing. I was curious if you're gonna figure out how to do it, but to kill the bear, you gotta drop them in the volcano.
I was gonna do that.
Well, too late because you got the cheat sheet.
Wait, yeah. So, what happens if you teleport the bear in the volcano?
Oh, you beat the game. Then you get to play the real game, which I won't spoil.
Okay, can we play the real game?
Well, you'd have to beat the bear.
Can I beat the bear?
You can try.
Okay.
You wake up in a wool bed. Seems to be made out of a bear-like material.
Look up at
Look up at what?
the glass pane.
You're now standing on a glass pane on the top of a wood cabin. It has a flat rooftop.
I look on the other side. I look at the hill.
You look at the hill. You're now standing on a hilltop. In the distance, there's a field of beautiful daisies and a massive beehive. And in the direction you came from, there's a wood cabin, a riverbank, a volcano, and what could be a man in a bear suit, or possibly just a bear. You're not entirely sure. You look at the bear. You're now face to face with the bear. It's uncanny. Can't tell if it's real, fake. You're not sure. But it's strange, that's for sure.
I look at the opposite edge. I look at the bear again. I look at the bear. First time. Look at the bear. Oh, am I at the bear?
You're already at the bit.
Okay. I look at the opposite edge of the volcano. Like lip. The opposite edge of the top of the volcano.
Okay. You arrive.
Okay.
It's very hot and uncomfortable.
I look slightly down that same direction of the volcano's slope.
The slope?
I just look slightly down it, like a couple steps. What would be steps?
Okay. You arrive. It's not very stable footing. You feel yourself slipping and falling down the volcano. If you're not careful, you'll hit some rocks on the way down. Roll a d6. Ooh. On the way down the volcano, you fall into magma that's on the side of the volcano. A relaxing, very hot bath leads into a terrible, very fluorescent drowning experience. You black out from the pain. But when you awaken, you're in a pitch black room under us.
Look up at the skylight.
Mm-hmm. You're now standing on top of a glass pane on a wood cabin with a flat rooftop.
I look in the general vicinity of the volcano.
Volcano?
Hmm?
Where?
I look at the hill.
You're now on the hilltop.
I look toward the general vicinity of the volcano.
You see it.
I look to see what the closest thing to the closest visible landmark to the volcano is.
The forest.
I look toward the edge of the forest closest to the volcano.
You're unable to see it from this perspective.
I look at the forest.
You're now by the forest. The bear is to your left. Or maybe a man in a bear suit. You're not quite sure.
I look at the top of the tree.
You are now on the top of a tree. It's very nice. There's a bird nearby.
Hello.
You say hello to the bird, right as it's impaled by an incoming bee. The bee then swerves around and goes back in the opposite direction with a fresh kill.
I look around the general vicinity to see if I can see the volcano.
To see the volcano? You can indeed see the volcano from here.
I look toward the base of the volcano.
You arrive.
I look in general at the side of the volcano.
Okay. You're now on the side of the volcano.
I look in general.
Oh, sorry. You look in general. You see the side of the volcano. There are some patches that have hot magma pools. Dangerous.
Is there anything that looks like it has like some stable footing to it?
No. It is a very drastic slope. Rocky. Unsafe. Hot. Sharp. Dense. Dangerous.
I look at the bear.
From here, you are unable to see it.
I look at the ground.
You look at the ground. You're on the ground.
I look at the forest.
You're at the edge of the forest.
I look inside the forest.
You're now deep into the darkness of the forest. You notice that with the coverage of the leaves above you, you can't see the forest floor. You're essentially blind.
I look up into the leaves.
You can't see past them.
I look at the leaves.
They look nice. If only you could see something else.
I push the ground with my hands really hard.
Ow!
Hello.
You say ow from jamming your hand into the ground really hard.
I tend to push away from the ground with my hands.
Again? Oof! You black out from the pain. You wake up in a wool bed. Seems to be made out of a bear material.
Look at the skylight.
Okay, you're standing on a glass pane on the top of a wood
Look at
log
the-
cabin.
Look at the
A flat rooftop.
hill.
You're now standing on a hill. From the hill, you can see beautiful daisies in the distance, a massive beehive, and in the direction where you came from, you can see the.
I look at the bear.
You look at the bear. You're now face to face with what could be a bear or a man in a bear suit. You're not quite sure.
I look at the top of the bear.
You're now standing on the bear. Whoa, 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 whoa! You can't. So you're now standing where the bear was, but the bear's not there. It's vanished.
But I was on top of the bear last time.
Something interesting has happened.
What is it?
You hear a booming voice say, "What is it?"
I pick myself up. I, outside of the game, pick myself inside of the game up.
Roll a d6.
Gently. 2.
Crushed beneath your Goliath fingers, you awaken in a wool bed that seems to be made out of a bear material.
Look at the skylight.
You're now standing on top of a glass pane on the flat roof of a log cabin. Seems to be a fairly new log cabin with a light wood color material. Can't put your finger on what kind of wood it is.
I look at the hill.
You're now standing on the hill.
I, outside the game,
In a booming voice you hear, "I, outside the game,
try to pick up the bear.
try to pick up the bear."
Very gently by like taking the most delicate like point of my fingers and scooping up as little ground underneath the bear as I possibly can to have it rest in my hand.
Roll a d6.
1.
1. You attempt to scoop up the ground under the bear. You fail in your attempt.
Let's try it again.
You get a headache. In the real world.
No, I don't. Let's try it again.
You wake up. Wool
How
bed.
does that make sense? It just doesn't make sense.
You wake up
I quit.
and you quit? Okay. So what I've been doing in the game is if you like try to like force it again, I give you a headache. And then if you try to force it again, you kind of
How
die.
am I supposed to get the bear into the volcano if I can't like teleport onto the edge of the volcano, like push the bear in, and I can't like because I can't like teleport into the air on top of the volcano, and then like teleport. I'll do that.
Okay, you look up.
I'll look up at the skylight.
You're at the skyline.
Look at the hill.
You're at the hill.
Look at the bear.
You look at the bear. You're in front of the bear.
I look. So, let me ask you a question outside the game. Will you answer my question?
Will you answer my question? Says a booming voice inside the game.
top of the, and I look at the air above the volcano's opening.
You arrive.
I look down at the base of the volcano.
You arrive. Zoom.
No.
Bears.
First, I teleported to, it follows the last place I went.
Yes.
I was up in the air.
I didn't say it was climbing and falling on you.
Okay.
Yeah. The bear's falling into the. I was gonna make it really dramatic. You interrupted.
I thought you were
That
gonna
nigga
be like,
plops.
he kills you.
It's not even special. He just falls in the volcano. You did it.
Yeah.
You wake up, and a wool bed. Seems like it's made out of a bear kind of material, but that room's hella lit, and it's just your room now, in real life, and here.
I sit up.
You sit up. You sit up.
I move my legs.
You move your legs. They feel pretty good.
I move my arms.
You move your arm. Ooh, you do a little dance.
I get out of bed carefully.
You get out of bed carefully.
I look around at my room.
You see your room as you know it in real life.
Okay. I go into the drawer to look for my wire.
To look for your wire. Roll a d6.
3.
3. Huh, you find it.
Nice. I put it in my pocket.
You now have a wire in your pocket.
Nice. I look for Gary.
You look for your pet Gary. You find Gary where he normally is in your room.
Hey, Gary.
Gary is there. He says nothing.
I look for my lithium-ion batteries.
Do you actually have those? Okay, you find them where they actually are in your room.
Okay. I open the door to my room.
There is an alligator on the other side of your room and it is pissed. He charges you immediately. There's no time. You wake up in your bed. It's made out of a woolly bear type material. But other than that, it's just like your normal bed in real life in your room.
I get out of bed.
Mm-hmm. You didn't get out carefully. You trip. You hit your head. When you awaken, you're in a woolly bed.
Carefully get out of my bed.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. I look for the big metal pole in my room. Actually, how it's like that.
Yeah, you got that. Roll a d6. Like, are you picking it up? Or do you just look for it? Or are you just like, oh yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's hella there.
Nice.
Most def.
So it's normally in my closet. So what I do is, I very carefully
Okay.
try to like grab the top of it and like carefully hold the momentum. So I got it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like leaning against me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I carefully drag the base out of the closet and attempt to prop the top up opposite my door.
To kind of like bar your door off?
No, it's not fully against my door, it's just like propped up opposite my door.
Okay, just so that your door's holding it and not you.
My door's not even holding it, I wanna prop it up against the ground
Mm-hmm.
and it be far enough away from my door that my door can still open.
Okay. Where are you going with it?
I'll show you in a second.
Okay. I'm just trying to visualize it better.
So that's the door,
Mhm.
there should be a wall like opposite the door. Like just like right there, but like, yeah.
Okay, and then how's
Not
it
like that, like over there.
like over here?
Yeah.
A wall?
There's a wall, yeah, so my door's right here, and the wall.
Oh, you mean like parallel? I
Yeah,
see, I
yeah,
see. Yeah. Is that long enough?
So I'd have it like that. Where it's
Mhm.
not like up against the door.
Okay. And it's like, is it reaching from that side to that side?
Not all the way. Like it's not touching the door.
What's keeping it from falling?
Just its position.
Oh, it's just like that.
Yeah.
Just on that side. Just opposite to the door.
Yes, but a little further angled.
A little further angled. So it's just out a little bit more.
Yes, but still like securely propped against the wall.
Okay. I'm with you.
Cool. So
Mm-hmm.
I get the blanket off my bed.
Mm-hmm. It's a wool bare material blanket.
Yes.
Very soft, brand new. Reminds you of something you had a dream about.
I get the ooh. I get the wire
Mm-hmm.
that I have. Do I still have it in my pocket?
Do you check?
Yes.
You check your pocket. Roll a d6.
One.
1. Oh, you check your pocket, but the wire is not there.
I look for the wire in my room, in my drawer. Where I
Oh,
keep it.
you find it.
In the back.
Oh, you look for the batteries as well? In the drawer or in your pockets?
In the drawer.
In the drawer, you find it.
Okay. I get the wire
Mm-hmm.
and I loop it into the carpet so that spiked tips are exposed. So I'll loop it through and then I'll break off a piece and then I'll loop the other end through and then I'll do that like in rows.
You do that successfully.
Awesome. But just enough away from my door that the door can still stay right there.
Okay.
Perfect. Sweet. So, then I get my blanket
Mm-hmm.
and I like wrap it up so it makes like a kind of a long cord.
Mm-hmm.
And I hang it up above the door.
On what?
I get some wire and I make a hook with the wire
Mm-hmm.
and I stick the wire into the ceiling.
Mm.
And then I use the hooks to drape the blanket on. And the blanket should be like as long as my bed, right?
Question. How would the wires support the weight of the wool blanket made out of like bare material?
Fair. Okay. In that case, is my lamp plugged in and on?
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Fuck it. No. So I get the rest of my wire. I move the shit out of my carpet. I undo all the shit in my carpet.
Okay.
Very carefully. I very carefully leave the pole where it is,
Mm-hmm. I very carefully don't mess with it.
and then I like put my blanket behind it in sort of a U shape. It's still like wrapped up into like a link,
Okay.
like almost like a rope.
Uh-huh.
And then I get the plug
Mm-hmm.
that the thing is attached to, the lamp's attached to,
Mm-hmm.
and I turn off the lamp, and then I cut the cord that's beyond the switch, like as close to the lamp as I can possibly get.
Question.
Yes.
Oh wait. I guess that question's already answered. You feel, I mean, I guess this is more of a question because I'm not smart enough to know this.
Okay.
So even if you cut off the lamp, right? It's still like plugged into the wall when you try to cut the cord.
So that's the whole.
Is there like no
If
energy
you cut off the
anymore?
lamp, if you cut off the lamp with the switch acts as a literal break in the lamp. So the switch is a physical thing that, like, when you move it one way, so you have a switch that's like that, right? When you move it that way, it's off. So there's a physical piece that's disconnected, so there's no longer a complete circuit. So there's no electricity moving in it. And then once you turn it on, it connects back together.
But in the cable itself,
Yeah.
is there like
Inside
no
the
more
cable. Well, that's how
electricity?
the switch works, yeah. So the only way electricity can flow is if there's a complete circuit. So there's like a negative and a positive to the things that you connect up, or in AC, it's just two things, but it works the same way. They just alternate between what's negative and what's positive. So, that has to make a cycle. So whatever you have, it'll be like the thing that you, like the wall plug-in, the two things.
Mhm.
And then it'll be the thing that you're sending it to, which is called the load, and then it has to have a path to come back. So it has to make that circle. If all of those requirements aren't there, no electricity.
Solid. You cut the wire, no risk of electrocution.
Appreciate it. I use, while the thing's still off and everything, still plugged into the wall, I use the wire, the excess wire that I have, the links of wire,
Mhm.
and I stretch enough to more than reach the door, like significantly more. And I trim off the insulation, so I have like maybe this much on each one of like exposed wire,
Mhm.
and I bend them so that they're, essentially the door's right here, and there's like the little gap underneath the door, right?
Right.
So I have the wire underneath that gap and set up like that. So there's like these like links of wire like that. They're not touching, but they're
Mhm.
close, really close to each other. And they're like that, and then the door is like there, so it's like right underneath the door.
Right.
And then there's like the rest of the insulated wire is going from there all the way back to the power cord.
Okay.
So I make sure that the switch is like safely on the ground and everything like that, and it's still connected, but it's not on.
Mhm.
And then I tie my blanket to the door handle.
It's a thicker kind of blanket. I was okay with rolling it. I'm not sure if you could. I don't think you could tie it.
Oh, okay, but it's thicker, right?
Yeah, it's a thick like wool.
Is it fairly long though?
Yeah. It's still like the length of your bed and everything.
Okay, so then in that case, I wrap it around, like I get a shorter piece of it. Not extremely short, but like kind of like less than halfway. I wrap that around in like a full loop. And then I have that and the rest of the length of it in my hand, and I sort of trail it back. And then to where I can touch the button for the cord,
Mhm.
with the electrical circuit.
Right.
And then I pull it until it like twists the handle,
Mhm.
and pull it open, and at the same time, I turn on the switch, making sure I'm clear from the wires.
Okay. When you do that, you hear, "Uh-huh. Seems like we have a clever strategist on our hands."
I'm like, are you an alligator?
Oh, am I an alligator?
I open the door and I look to see if it's an alligator.
I am indeed an alligator.
And I'm like, yeah, what are you doing in front of my door?
What I'd say is, what are you doing, manhandling school property? I was going to kill you, but now I can just report this hazard and get you kicked out of the dorm. We'll just use my cell phone. I don't have pants.
Yeah.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go to the AT&T store and get a plan. Soon your days in this dorm will be numbered, and then you'll be
I
able
grab
to.
the thing. I grab the big metal pole that I have. I turn off the switch. Well, no, I don't turn off the switch. I don't turn off the switch.
You turn you turn off the
I immediately throw the thing down at the alligator.
You turned off the switch, it's too late.
Alligator.
When you turned off the switch, the alligator was like, got him.
And then I immediately...
Ooh, you better roll that die. You better get a good ass roll. You're like, I turned off the switch, and then you were like, ooh, a 2, you say. A 2, is this alligator fucking stupid? He's not. The alligator fucking speed blitz you when you turn off the thing. Back to because you had to be far enough back to the switch and everything, and to grab the thing that was on the wall. That alligator gooted you, boy. You wake up in that wool ass bed made of bear material.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, get out of bed carefully.
Ooh. Safe.
Check my pockets for my wire and my batteries.
Roll a d6.
6. I should have had that last time.
Yeah, you gooted them.
But...
You already have them in your pockets.
Awesome. Are there more in the drawers?
You check the drawers, but there aren't more in the drawers.
Okay. I turn off the lamp. But switch.
Right.
Cut the wire like I did last time.
Mm-hmm.
Do the same thing with the door.
Set up the trap like you did last time.
Like I did last time. Set up the pole like I did last time.
Where you just have it propped on the
Yeah.
wall, kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I get my bucket.
Yeah, and then you do the thing like you did last time on the door, like you did last time. You open it. Right. So you set up a trap. It seems like we have a clever strategist here.
I stand up with everything still connected, me still like significantly away from the wires, in view of the alligator, but with the pole.
Oh, you think you're going to use a weapon against me? I'll back away.
I grab the pole.
Mm-hmm.
I throw it toward the alligator in the hopes that it'll land, that I throw it hard enough and far enough that it'll like, because alligators are kind of, they have small legs, hard to turn around and shit. Small hallway, alligator can turn around whenever. I throw the pole, because that long, to try and land both on top of the alligator and on top of the metal
wires.
Yeah.
Which you didn't fully understand from when I had that nigga check his pockets. He is walking on 2 feet like a person.
It's still there.
You're like, I'm still gonna goot him.
Yeah.
Let's see if the alligator is agile enough to try and dodge it walking like a bipedal person. Hit me up with that D6, my boy.
So one.
It's a 1. He could still get gooted, but he does not with that fresh 2. That fresh.
So, but the thing is it hitting the wires?
So he dodges it,
Right.
but the metal thing does still land on your trap.
Right. So I'm like, don't come. It's all the way out in the hall. If you like try and get anywhere near the door, it's gonna fuck you.
He's like, there's an interesting situation. You guys have water here. That looks pretty dangerous. Maybe I can cause a fire. I'm gonna go
Water
get...
and electricity doesn't make anything cause a fire.
He's not smart. He goes in the kitchen. You hear him fooling around. Do you have pots in your kitchen?
Yes. While is he fooling around with pots in the kitchen?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. While he does that, I very quickly
Hear water running.
turn off the thing, pull the wire out so that I separate them enough so that when I'm in on the thing.
Hold on. So, what was your first move?
So I'm like near the switch,
Right.
and I have this long ass wire,
Right.
this like 2 different wires that splits off. So I grab the insulated part.
When you do that, you still hear the water running. I'm gonna give you like the play-by-play.
Right.
Yeah. So do your next action, and I'll give you like the next play-by-play.
So then actually, I don't even need to turn it off. I immediately, like, very carefully watching, like, where the exposed wire is, like, slide it back just far enough to where they're not contacting anymore, but they're still, like, both in front of the door.
Okay.
Because it would have been, like, heating up.
Oh, okay. And then you hear the water stop. What do?
Still chill. Because that could have
Hey,
actually started to fly.
hey, I got my pot of water.
Alright.
The alligator's coming down the hole. Bipedal alligator holding the pot of water. Hey, I got the water ready. Ooh. You're gonna die. It's coming down the hall.
Ooh, wait, okay. So I see if I can, like, sneak, right?
Sneak?
If I can be stealthy with something.
What?
I wanna see if I can, like, without him really paying attention,
Mm-hmm.
take one of my batteries, they're cylinders,
Mm-hmm.
and roll it down the hall so that he slips on it and falls face first into my shit and the water and dies.
And die. I like how you say and dies. So when you say "in my shit," do you mean
The trap.
the what?
The trap.
So the metal thing?
The
Because you pulled your thing back.
yeah,
didn't
the
you?
metal thing. Yeah,
So
because
you
if
want
he does, I can, like, and
and then
get the shit out of it. Yeah.
okay. How would you roll it where it wouldn't be like interfered by the metal thingy?
So I'm like, so the metal thing.
'Cause wouldn't it be at an angle?
Yeah.
So you would have to, like, let's say the metal thingy is like straight outside of the door, and you're like to the side of it, and then you roll the battery on the ground, but the thing is also on the ground.
So then I see how good my skill is, I guess. And I, like, see if I can throw it underneath his foot and, like, cut the shit out of it.
So you're gonna try and throw the battery
Like
underneath to
that,
cut him.
yeah.
Are you no longer trying to be stealthy, or are you just
Yeah, I'm good with that.
you're gonna try and do it?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta hit up that D6. He's gonna know it's coming.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. Ooh. He goes, a battery? Oh, trying new things, I see. Okay, got a pot of water. Got this battery. I'm an alligator. He like ankles himself. And he's gonna fucking baseball pitch this big ass lithium ion battery.
Little baby alligator hands. He's gonna go.
Let's see. He'll do a roll.
Okay, so then just in case, I'll step out of the way.
Well, hold on. You do a roll on that. He'll do a roll on this.
On what?
You stepping out of the way?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant on his baby hands. I was like, that's not fair. 4.
4? He misses.
Ooh, so then
What happens when the battery hits the wall?
they're pretty they're like metal casing.
So it's not gonna like dent or anything? I mean, he
If
threw
you
it.
like shut the fuck out.
That was the point. That was he.
No,
he
he
wants
has
to
like
hurt.
baby like if you
I said
like,
he missed. I didn't say that he threw like a bitch. I mean,
But I mean, if he like Hank Aaron baseball threw the fuck out of it, like maybe.
that's what he was going for.
Okay. It's slightly dip.
Okay. You have a slightly dipped lithium-ion battery and an alligator man who probably dropped the pot of water in hindsight because he's fucking tried to Babe Ruth the fuck out of a battery.
He's holding my water and he goes, yeah.
So he was like, well, that made a mess. He like gets away from it, and he's like, this changes the plan.
Oh, is he like still like wet?
Well, he's now away from the water.
But he would have thrown the water,
Mm-hmm.
so it would have gotten on him.
Mm-hmm. but he's trying to separate himself from the bigger amount of water.
So, I say, yo, alligator, catch, and I throw in the battery.
You throw the battery back at him?
I throw it to him, not
To
hard,
him.
to him. I just softball pitch it to him.
Would it react to him being wet?
Does he grab it?
No, that nigga wouldn't want to.
He doesn't know. He's not a smart alligator. He got water.
He got water specifically to try to electrocute. He knows water and electricity are good things.
Battery. This is a battery.
This is still electricity. He's not fucking.
In like a split second, he's gonna go. Oh, my thought, my logic overcomes my reactionary skills.
Do that accuracy roll, and he'll do a dodge roll.
3.
Goon him. He dodges it. The battery, I guess, like hits one of the walls in the hallway and then like rolls down. He was like, I just need a plan. I need an actual plan. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what I'd do with a fire extinguisher. It's just kind of there.
While he's looking at that, I like walk over to the window, and I look out the window.
It looks like southeast.
Is there anything going on outside?
You look out, and there's no one there.
Is it dark or light?
Dark.
Dark. Ooh, shit. I get you.
Okay. Nah, I can't do anything with a fire extinguisher. Yo, what are you doing?
I call back without doing anything. I just call back and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kill myself in this dorm and it's gonna be your fault.
Oh, ballin', save me some trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it in the letter. It's alligator's fault.
Yeah.
Alligator.tn. Bugs Bunny.
You don't dot trademarks.
Too bad.
It's not a
It's
website.
your name.
Sure. Alligator's not my name.
It's
though.
over. It's over. Alligator.
You're gonna kill yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna say alligator did it.
Do it, pussy.
So as I'm doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like looking through my drawers and shit, really sneakily. Wait, no.
Your drawers.
No, I have a better idea. I have like drawers under the bed.
Oh,
But-
right.
Yeah. No, I don't do that. I unplug my my refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
I flip it around and look in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Take out the coolant.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have like a canister.
Of cool. Yeah.
So I take my wire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I like etch around it so that it's like nearly broken, but not quite. It's like really, really thin.
Mm.
Like the casing's like really thin, so it can like bust. If I threw it hard enough,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Wait. How long would that take?
Like 20, 30 minutes.
What? The
Oh,
alligator
it's like-
nigga's right
it's
there.
wild.
What are you doing?
He's not like coming to the door.
Okay, the last interaction you had with the alligator guy was, I'm gonna kill myself. And he's like, do it, pussy. And then you're like, I'm gonna take 20 to 30 minutes to etch away the casing. Cool. Like,
He won't hear me, so he'll think I'm dead.
no, he won't.
Okay. I like.
What?
I set it down.
Nope.
I set
You
it
think
down.
this plan's gonna work? So you're etching away at the fucking coolant thing, and the alligator. The next thing you know, the alligator's just gonna be in your room.
No, he had
Whoa!
done
Keep
something.
in mind, Amy. This is what I want him to do. So you're etching the coolant thing, right? So he's there, and he's like, man, I don't want to walk into like a fucking trap. So I'm just gonna go outside. If he like killed himself, maybe he like jumped out the window. So I'll give you this. You would hear him go,
Okay.
and
So
like
when
the
he
door
does that,
closes.
so when he does that, I grab my chair,
Your chair?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I set it up. Like around. Ooh, shit.
He's walking toward the stairs.
I set it up really quick on top of the stuff so that I don't get electrocuted. Ooh, no, I just turn off the shit. I just turn off the shit, and then I like
What shit are you turning on?
I'm turning off the switch.
Oh, your trap.
Yeah, I just do that, and then I fucking bolt for the door. I try to open it up and run out. I'm just like,
That door?
and then I go that.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You bolt out of this door. You run that way. Alligator nigga's like, whoa, that was the door. He comes back up the stairs, and you run toward.
Are you gonna say there's construction going on?
Yep, it's still there. The dead ass wood barrier that's on the right side of your hallway.
But it's a thin wood barrier. I hit the fuck out of a thin wood barrier.
So with your body.
Yes.
So you're gonna try and break through this wood barrier with your strength, running on adrenaline.
Yes.
I imagine you'd actually probably overrun. I feel like you'd overestimate it, and then you're like on the third story of a building, and there's a railing.
Sure, but I still hit the fuck out of the thing. Like the thing would have slowed me significantly.
I don't think it's as thick as you think. That's why I said I think you'll overrun it. I think you'll be like, oh fuck.
I might fall
Wood
down
barrier.
the stairs, but I doubt I'd break through the wood barrier and then launch myself.
Well, you would hit the metal railing. That's what I'm guessing. You would run through it and you would hit the metal railing, but I think you would still tip over it too. You would be like, to get through this, I'm gonna have to put significant amount of force. But you're not like a football player. You're not someone who knows, and even a football player doesn't know how strong a wood barrier is.
Okay.
You know, you don't know how much to like level that out.
Sure.
I think you eat shit.
Okay.
You wake up in the.
It doesn't necessarily mean I die. You can eat shit from 3 stories and not die.
Roll a d6. Do you eat shit from 3 stories?
A 1. I don't feel like I ate shit. I feel like I got it.
You feel like you got it?
Yeah.
Mmm.
Is it a 1?
6.
So I was like, yo, you're gonna make it.
Mm.
Okay.
You wake up in that wool bed, fam.
Okay. So I have a plug-in that's right next to my door, right?
Like an outlet?
Yeah, so like here's my door. And I had it plugged in where my lamp is right there. But I'm gonna plug it in right here.
Okay, next to the door.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So what I do is I get my wire, right? And I like very carefully like stick it along the side of the door, like the frame of the door. And like have one part that's like sticking like, and here's the door, like sticking down like in front of the door this way. And then I have the other part like looping around and sticking to the door like that. Like around the door frame.
Right.
And it's like all like that. And I give enough room so that I can still open the door without it moving my wire.
Okay.
So I like stand in front of the door Well, I like set up my trap like I did.
With the blanket being used to pull the handle, or no?
No,
No.
just the wire stuff.
Okay.
And I turned it on. I had it plugged into this side now. It's
Mhm.
like all discreet and shit. I have the plug. I have the little switch thing actually like underneath my foot. So I like have it underneath my foot, and just I'm like very carefully like thinking about like how to like do the switch placement or whatever with my toes. I do it a couple times just to like make sure I got it. Then I like open the door and I go, oh no, an alligator, and I switch it on.
Question. How much is electrified? Is it just the part under the door where like there's like distance between the two wires, or is it like the wires around the whole door are electrified?
They are, but they're like insulated, except for like the two parts that I exposed.
So it's that part right there.
It's
that's
under
like
the door, yeah.
Oh, okay. The alligator looks. How subtle do you think your wire trap is?
Extreme. So my wire's like that thick,
Mm.
right? The shit's on carpet.
I like it. You said the shit's on carpet.
Like, are you gonna like see wire hidden in carpet? Like, would you be able to walk into a room and instantly be like, "There's a trap here. I see the wire."
There's a trap here.
Probably not.
You were like, no. You're like,
Especially unless it's like, if it was like it's a hawk, then I'd be like, maybe it's an alligator.
The alligator rushes in, gets like fucking Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
He's now actually a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I quickly turn off with it.
Okay.
Like,
It's a
literally
literal bucket. Yeah, a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I look at the pieces of chicken.
What piece do you pick up? They're like thighs, wings, breasts,
Drumstick.
drumstick. It has a mouth on it. And it goes, ah, bitch! It has razor teeth and it tries to snap at you.
You drop it.
You drop it, it's stuck in the bucket. It's hopping around in the bucket. It's trying to get to you.
I flip over the bucket and like,
Oh, like trapping a bug in a jar
Yeah.
kind of thing. It's hopping around in the bucket, it's trying to get out.
I
You-
get
Glad for joining you guys.
so just chilling with it.
Oh, are you guys streaming?
Yeah, we're shooting.
Oh shit. Well,
Right now, he's playing a tabletop RPG.
yeah, I was listening, like, holy shit. So wait, do you have this already like planned in your head and everything?
Yeah,
Or
in
is-
my head, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you care if I join?
Oh, feel free. Do you want to join as a player or
No,
as an
no,
audience?
I'm just here.
They're okay, following.
So I get like my books out of my drawer. I set them on top.
Okay, trying to like make sure that he can't escape the bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like that's pretty effective.
Okay. So you can't get out?
As far as you're aware, he's still in that bucket.
Sweet. So in that case, I get that big pole that I had, and I very carefully remove it out of the closet,
Mm-hmm.
and I have it like leaned up against the wall, and I have it like angled. Actually, I'll like just have it like about this high,
Mm-hmm.
lined up above, and I'm holding it above the thing, above the bucket,
Right.
and I just let it go, and then I smack the fuck out of the bucket.
The reaction is not what you expect. So when it hits the bucket with the books on it, you may be expecting it to like crush, like slice through it like a guillotine kind of thing.
No, like just everything kind of smash.
Instead of just kind of smashing, it kind of like knocks the bucket to the side. Like it would hit the books first, right? The books would get knocked off balance, and it kind of moves it to the side. I need to recreate this. So What are the best facsimiles in this room for trying to
We
recreate the
have
thing?
books
Books
and like a can.
and like a can
Right.
I have an actual bucket.
of like
You mean
Kentucky
an
Fried
actual-
Chicken,
No,
Like
it's like a 10-gallon bucket.
Like a paper bucket.
like a paper
No.
bucket.
So if you did that, I get how you're saying like, oh, it might like hit the edge or whatever.
Right, and then it would like tip it
Right.
rather
But
than
it's
just
a
like.
paper bucket. So with that velocity, it would like still, it would of course hurt. But if you did that, it would like smash.
You feel like it pushes but still crushes.
Yeah, it'd be like an angle like that.
Now keep in mind, this isn't an empty bucket that only has like one sentient drumstick. It's a bucket that has one sentient drumstick and then other chicken in it, like filling that space.
Yeah.
A 20-piece bucket.
Yeah.
I don't think the bucket just eats shit because it kind of has some structural stability from having the chicken in it.
But it'd still be kind of crushed.
But how do you know the drums? I mean, I guess you
I don't.
don't. So, so your trap goes off, and that seems pretty chill. You got grease on your floor
My trap goes off.
and like
What do
chicken
you mean
crumbs.
My trap goes off.
Your thing,
Okay.
yeah,
So I was like, my trap is off. My
like your
off.
electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
you got grease and like breadcrumbs and shit on your floor.
Okay. So
You hear a knock at the front door.
I unplugged my lamp.
You hear more knocking.
1 second.
Inspection.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Okay. So I like, unplug the thing. I roll up the line. Set it to the side. I go and open the door.
You go and open the door. As you go up to the door, you see Max in the living room. He's eating Subway on the couch.
Dope.
Dope.
I say, hey, did you know about the inspection?
One inspection.
Dope. I look through the. Also, it's night. Kind of inspection goes on. So I don't open the door.
You don't open the door?
I say, hey, someone's trying to like break in. You should probably lock the door. So I go on my closet.
Max, how do you react?
I didn't hear anything. What are you talking about?
Okay. So I go on my.
You go in here,
No, I go to right here and I lock the door. I like deadbolt the door.
you deadbolt it. You hear more knocking at the door. Max, you also hear the knocking.
Okay, I was wondering how it would play out if I
Just act like you did.
I look through the eyehole.
The people? It's a humanoid alligator. Yeah.
What's up?
Inspection.
Do you have some ID?
Yeah. Give me one moment.
Sure.
He pulls out a Chuck E. Cheese gift card and shows it at the peephole.
And I'm like, oh shit, alright.
Oh, cool. Can you let me in?
I'm like, that's a Chuck E. Cheese gift card.
Yeah, don't you want it? $25. Their pizza's pretty bomb. You may not remember it. That shit was fire.
You say it was fire. That shit was microwave.
I gotta kill you twice for that. you gotta let me in.
You
Inspection.
just said you were gonna
It's
kill me
right.
twice.
You shouldn't disgrace our Lord and Savior Chuck E. Cheese.
Be like, alright. My bad.
Okay, I'm gonna find another way in.
Alright.
Okay.
I was like, hey, we should like make sure all the windows are locked. So I go in my room. And I lock the window.
Max,
On the 3rd floor.
you hear a knock at that window right behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do?
Fucking lock the window and throw that at them, like right here.
So you lock the window?
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, oh,
You just there.
He's like, oh shit.
So I guess I come back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like make sure the rest of the window, these two windows in their rooms are locked.
So, Jonathan's room is locked. Max, is your room locked?
My window is locked because I've never unlocked it. No, my
okay.
door is open.
And your door's open? Okay, you open the door. And you're in Max's room. What do?
I close it.
You close it? So you already know how would you know that the window is locked?
He told me.
What? That
You
was
said
real
it out
life.
loud.
That's not.
Hey, he's eating a sandwich in the game, and if he can respond in real life, I can hear him in real life.
You didn't hear him in the game.
Max, is your window locked?
Yeah. What? Why would I unlock it? It's fucking cold as shit.
So, I go and knock on Jonathan's door.
You knock on Jonathan's door.
Is he here?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
okay.
here.
You hear Chuck E. Cheese music.
I hear Chuck E. Cheese. Jonathan, do you like Chuck E. Cheese?
You hear, yes, their pizza's delicious. You should come in. I have some in the fridge.
I'm like, oh shit, Chuck E. Cheese. I'll be in 1 second, Jonathan. And as I do that, I'm like starting
You hear,
to like set up.
I bet.
I'm like starting to set up a wire trap outside Jonathan's door.
Mm-hmm.
And I like very carefully, like I have the switch on the other side of the door,
Mm-hmm.
and I like step over him, so I'm not electrocuted.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like turn on the switch with the thing like plugged into the wall and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Turn on the switch, and then now I'm like on this side. So then I start walking up toward the door, and I'm like, hey, can you come out here for a second, Jonathan?
Show me at what perspective you're walking up to the door. Like, I'll be you. How are you approaching Jonathan's door?
No, not
You're not?
Jonathan. So I was on the opposite side of Jonathan's door. I
Mhm.
set up the switch on the opposite side of Jonathan's door, so that I could like step over and then turn it on.
So are you like standing by the wall now?
Yeah. So
Okay, so he's showing us stuff that you guys can't see.
wires come out to here.
Right,
Trap.
right,
Switch.
okay.
On.
Oh, I see. And then you fuck off really hard down the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then I come up over there.
okay. And then what do you say?
Ooh, actually, I'm gonna come over.
Okay.
Cool.
And
And
what
I
do you
say,
do?
hey, can you come on out for a second, Jonathan? I'm in my room.
The pizza's getting cold. You should come on in.
Or can you bring me a slice? My foot's kind of hurting.
Oh no, all my feet hurt.
All your feet.
All two of them like a human.
And I'm like, oh no.
The,
Sorry.
the pepperoni's getting cold.
Oh, I want to come in. It's just, Chuck E. Cheese is in here. We've been talking for like 15 minutes, and he's not letting me out. He said I just gotta get over it. I gotta get some of this pizza, and you need to bring it.
Well, if Chuck E. Cheese says I need to bring it, then I guess I have no other option. You hear the sound of like a window open and close. What do?
I say, hey, Jonathan.
You don't hear anything anymore except Chuck E. Cheese music. Max, you hear the glass behind you just explodes outwards as you enjoy a delicious Subway sandwich brought to you by Subway Eat Fresh. And
So then I say, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And then I open the door, and then I run that way.
you run that way?
And no, I run this way.
That's not what you said.
I run that way, and then I quickly turn around and run that way.
Ooh.
And then I kick the shit out of that thing.
Hold on. Take it one step at a time. The alligator jumps through the window over Max.
Over me.
Over you.
Why is he not coming after that?
Holding a shotgun. He then is like, do you like Chuck E. Cheese pepperoni pizza?
It's better than Little Caesars.
Damn right. Where'd he go?
I don't fucking know. I've been watching my sandwich. Sorry.
I don't think that's true.
I've been fucking. Have you not seen?
Mm?
This is a sandwich
I
of
just
Chuck E.
met
Cheese
you.
himself. It's a sandwich of God.
That's just not true.
Mm-mm.
Any last words? Preferably the location of it.
I ain't got it.
After all this time, I have to.
You're like, I must be safe.
Like he just doesn't hear Aiden kicking the shit out of him.
This is a little wet thing. Okay, where are you currently?
That's up for you to decide.
Running away.
Down the stairs, around. Okay, you're booking it.
Sweet. I immediately, as quick as I can, turn so that I'm like on the opposite side of the building, so that he can't like shoot and hit me.
What do you mean by opposite side of the
So like, if these are the stairs.
Wait a fucking minute. So you kick through the wood barrier, you go down the stairs, and then you're in that little like trapped area if you go toward the street. Right?
Only the street side has wooden panels, and there's one door actually, and then every other side has just like this mesh orange plastic.
Oh, so I didn't know you guys had a door.
It was only open like 3 days for the fraternity. That was it.
That's kind of dope. Yo, Crimson Kitty, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Right now we're playing a tabletop RPG. I'm here with
Me?
and
Me.
And right now he's running for his life away from a humanoid alligator with a shotgun who's currently interrogating Max, who's the guy to the side, on his whereabouts as he eats a Subway sandwich. Aiden, who's to my right, is currently outside of the building trying to figure out a way to not get shot by
Sounds like a
said
nightmare of
humanoid
mine.
What's up?
It sounds like a nightmare of mine.
Maybe I wrote it. Your phone is also dead in the game. You also didn't grab it earlier, now that I think about it.
So it doesn't matter.
So what do you do?
So like I said, I'm trying to like turn the corner to get like around the building so he's gonna shoot at me. And I'm running, I guess watching for cars, and then when it's clear, running across the street near between where CV is and where the police station is, so like almost into the parking deck.
Okay, so you're running that way. Meanwhile, Max, would you sacrifice half your sandwich in game?
Half of your set,
Half of my 6 inch or half of the foot long?
Half of the remaining 6 inch, leaving you with a 3 inch.
Nah.
None?
Nah.
You get shot in the foot. He's like, if I'm not getting Aiden, I'm at least getting half the sandwich. You're lucky I didn't ask for the whole sandwich. Just like, you gotta give me something. Throw a nigga a bone. Please.
Quarter of a sandwich because you shot me in the foot and that's it.
Half the sandwich,
No.
or I shoot you in the
nah.
other foot.
Fucking quarter sandwich or nothing. I'll eat the sandwich before you can fucking kill me. Watch me do it.
Ooh, roll a d6 for him on whether or not he can finish the sandwich before he loses his other foot.
2.
2? Ooh, time to contest that.
Shots are pretty quick.
3. you lost your other foot before you could finish the sandwich. He snatches it away from you. He's like, I gave you plenty of choices. You chose a wrong one.
Yes, alligator. Why would he have like a full mouth over like a little bit of sandwich? Like I'm pretty sure you could eat it.
Alligators actually have a flap in the back of their throat that they can open and close for water. So it's probably like just stuck back there somewhere.
But he has a long.
Well, like it would be in his throat, where his vocal cords and his like throat itself is.
Yeah, but it wouldn't immediately go back there.
Fair.
I like how you're like, chew. So Max, you now don't have feet.
And no sandwich.
And no say.
I'm more depressed about this.
So yeah, you're running toward the police station.
I mean, it feels like after all this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I like carefully like peek around the corner and look into the glass doors of the police station.
Okay. You see no one there.
No.
No one.
Is there a car outside?
A police car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of times there are cars out there that are empty. Police cars.
Okay. I have an idea. So I run into the parking deck.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's figuring out what he does with his life. You have no feet and no sandwich, Max.
Has he left yet, or is he just standing there eating my sandwich in front of me?
He kind of ate the sandwich in one go. He doesn't chew. He's not a part of that camp. He doesn't fuck with that life.
He doesn't fuck with chewing.
Yeah.
This is a weird alligator. Huh?
He was like, that was a good sandwich. What'd you get on that?
Well, I did enjoy the alligator jerky. That was pretty smart.
Mm. Just like the pepperoni at Chuck E. Cheese. Mm. Man, you know, you got good taste. We should hang out. I got a $25 gift card to Chuck E. Cheese. You wanna go to Chuck E. Cheese? You can ride on my back.
So I like grab. Ooh, I have other batteries. Grab a battery out of my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it hard as fuck at the window of the police car.
You throw a battery hard as fuck at the window. Of
How
the
big are
police
these
car.
batteries?
He has like these big ass like cylinder batteries.
Throw
It-
at the mines.
It breaks the window of the police car. The officer on the inside is scarred by the glass as it breaks through.
Oh,
and goes, the fuck? And turns on the sirens.
Awesome. And I stop. Is
He-
it a human?
Yes.
I stop. And I say, officer, I'm in
Get on the
front of this
ground.
car." Alright.
Get on the ground.
On the ground.
You're on the ground?
Yeah.
Stay on the ground.
Stay on the ground.
Put your hands behind your head.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
I'm coming out the car now.
Alright.
Don't throw any more batteries.
I won't.
Okay.
I'm fine with this.
He gets out of the car. He goes up to you. He handcuffs you.
Sure.
He kicks you in your ribs.
Fair.
So, I like how you said fair. He's like, I'll never get raped by batteries again.
Wouldn't he ask why I threw the battery?
Trying to rape me. Had a very
So wait,
big-
but that doesn't mean he raped him. So what was the first time he was raped by
Mhm. He kicks you in the ribs again.
Right.
Never again.
I'm gonna say you're right. However,
He like picks you up by your hair while you're handcuffed.
Yep.
Get in my car. This is gonna be off the record.
I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned. Hey, I don't know if you know this.
He's
there are
dragging you by your hair.
alligators that are shooting people.
While you're talking about it, he's throwing you in the car.
Fine. There are
He
alligators
closes the door of the car.
that are shooting people.
He goes up to the front of the car. He lifts up the hood. Oh, there's a damn battery in here too. Always batteries.
So he takes the battery out of his car,
Mm-hmm.
so he can't go anywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, while he takes the battery out of his car, I'm gonna unlock the door.
Your handcuff.
But with my foot.
With your foot?
He threw me in the car.
Yeah. You're gonna use your foot?
Yeah.
Okay. You attempt to use your foot to unlock the. He threw you like in the back of a police car. It's not gonna. It's not made with like a child. Like, oh, I got it with my foot. I'm now a free criminal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. So I guess I'm in the back of the police car.
Yes.
Cool.
You were. Now you'll know what it's like to get raped by a batter.
By a battery? Is he gonna throw a battery at me?
He's moving toward the side door, very slowly. The grin on his face stretches from ear to ear. I love the anticipation, he says, as he approaches the back door where he threw you in originally. He takes one hand off the battery and puts one hand on the door handle.
How big a fucking battery is this?
I position myself so that my legs are near the door and I'm laying with my back on the seat.
I see I'll just have to shove it directly in your dick.
Does he open the door?
he's opening.
I kick the shit out of the door.
As he, like, after he opens it kind of thing, like you're kicking like at him?
No.
You kick the door?
As he unlocks the door, I kick
so
the
that he
shit
went.
out of the door.
So the door is thrown back as he's trying to, and he also like, you know, so you did that.
And
So
then I run the fuck out of the car.
you gotta do a check. So I learned back in the day, your balance is supposedly thrown off when handcuffed. It's never bothered me, but it's supposedly a thing.
One.
3. You lose your balance as you try to run out of the police car, and you trip and hit the ground.
But he also turned on his siren earlier. There have to be other police that are coming.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Roll.
You wouldn't shatter a policeman's window, him turn on his siren in a resonating parking lot. There'd be alligators shooting people nearby, coming toward you,
I mean,
and
yeah,
nobody showed
this
up.
is like the distance of a football field to the police station, and the alligator fired 3 shots of a shotgun that's probably not suppressed.
And the police car is going off, and the policeman just ripped the battery out of his police car.
So
There's
is the
glass in
siren
his
going
face.
off anymore? If he took the battery out?
No, but it was.
But
and
it
then
was.
And then he ripped the battery out,
Right?
and
So
there's
no more
glass in
siren.
his face, and he just got hit on the ground.
Right.
Seemed like a pretty fucked up. Like, I feel like people would eventually be like, "There is a cop and guns and a siren and a guy who's beat up in the back of the police car
Couldn't get a battery up his butt.
in a
Or
weird
is
position."
Where's dick?
Yeah.
So you're on the ground, and he's also on the ground with glass in his face
So,
and a battery.
so then I try and stand up.
You try to stand up, do that check, balance
5.
check. 5 is pretty
And
good.
I sprint out.
Hold
of
on.
there.
Oh yeah, you got it. Usain Bolt. Where you going?
Same bolt.
I'll find you.
Ooh,
Says
okay.
battery cop.
I'll find you, says battery. Okay. So in that case,
Real quick. So do you want to go to Chuck E. Cheese or not?
Sure, let me get new feet.
No,
first.
you can ride on my back. Come on, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese. Get up here. Are you gonna climb on his back?
Yeah, sure. I'll grab.
unless it's a dark thing where you
I'll like
show
grab
up and
his
you
shoulders
go
and pull
it's-
myself up like a piggyback.
Cool. We're on our way. $25 gift card. Back to you. Where are you going?
I go.
How buff is this alligator man?
He's pretty strong. He's carrying you casually.
I go. Ooh. Alright. I run to optics.
What direction was that? So you're going back that way?
Let's see. Yeah, so police is over there.
But I don't go to here and then do it. I run from like out of the thing.
Yeah, the
This
parking
way,
lot.
the parking deck.
Mm-hmm.
Run down there, past CV, and then 2 optics. Trying to like go as close to the side as I can, so that as soon as possible I'm out of sight from where he would exit to come and try and see me,
Police officer or the alligator?
the police officer.
So, where did you park next?
The literal back of the parking lot.
The literal back?
Where orientation that way.
Oh, that way?
No,
No, that way. Sorry.
that
Okay.
Orientation's all correct.
So the alligator doesn't see you, because he's taking him in his car, which you're gonna have to drive without feet. And
I mean, they're there. It's just mush.
Mhm. So you go to optics.
right.
Mhm.
So
It's locked.
they normally keep one door unlocked.
What?
That's how I get into the lab.
Oh, okay. You go through the one door that's unlocked. The more you learn.
So I get my optics, go up the stairs, go, I'm like, I assume like that, or like that,
Behind back.
behind that. Go up the stairs carefully, go to, there's like a hallway in the lab is that has like closed doors. Open the doors, carefully, go in, stop at the door of my lab. I take the wire out of my pocket, undo the handcuff.
What, real quick, in real life, do you have any experience undoing handcuffs with a wire?
Not undoing handcuffs, but lockpicking.
Lock picking?
Yeah.
What experience? Beginner, intermediate, expert.
In between beginner and intermediate. I pick like doors and
Okay. +1 to a D6 roll.
3, something.
4. Ooh, you got it.
Crappy handcuffs.
Battery cop needs to upgrade. So,
But also like, handcuffs don't have like all the,
things that you have to
yeah.
Depends on
it's
how
just like,
new they are, right? Aren't they like newer ones more intricate?
definitely, but they don't have like, so handcuff keys, they're just like a little thing, and then one little pin, and it's like a
That's
circle.
what I thought the old ones were. Like the newer ones are legit keys. Like they're small, but
Maybe.
I'm not sure. The ones that my mom has for work, they're interesting because there's no like chain link. So it's just like they're really close together.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the key. I have no idea how the key works. But yeah, you go, dude.
Okay, so, I unlock them, take them off, I put them in my pocket.
Okay.
Cool.
You have handcuffs in your inventory.
I use my, keys,
Mm-hmm.
unlock the door, go in, lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I'm gonna re-unlock the door. I'm going to,
Do you lead the alligator man back to your car?
I tell him that it's some like I choose a random car in the parking lot and say that's it.
Okay. When you get to that car, the alligator man is like, "Do you have the keys?"
Nope.
Nope. Oh, are they back at the room?
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta go back. How's we gonna get to Chuck E. Cheese? We're not gonna. Well, actually, do you want to take my car?
Sure. What car did you bring?
Oh, it's in the sewer. We gotta get the manhole. Actually, there are a bunch of like ditches here. We can just jump in one of these construction ditches. Get right to my buggy. Let's go. Let's get to that Chuck E.
Buggy?
Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese. So you guys are gonna head into a ditch. Where are you up to?
cool, In the lab we have like some push button switches.
Mm-hmm.
Grab one of those. There's an old abandoned laser, big ass fucking laser in the hall. Set that up. Plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
Face it to the window. There's another big ass laser.
Mm-hmm.
Legit laser. Set it up. Plug it in. Have it facing other door.
Mm-hmm.
Have it both on push button switches
Mm-hmm.
that will trigger once the doors open a certain amount. I have it like set up to where there's something like connected to the door, and then like if it's like on the wall, so if the door's opened, it like and it turns on and like shoots the laser.
Have you tested it? And if so, how do you test it?
I test it by getting a piece of metal and setting it up on a stand. We have these ring stands in the lab, and I set up a piece of metal in front of the laser,
Mm-hmm.
and then I try my thing
Mm-hmm.
and see if it works.
Okay.
For just like a fraction of a second.
Right. And then because you set up the metal on the stand, it doesn't like shoot you, it shoots the little metal thing on the stand.
And it like absorbs it and heats it up.
Okay. Follow on.
And like that.
Cool. It's tested, we know that works. You can do it for the other door. Okay.
So the other thing that I do, I move the pieces of metal out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
pick them up, have that set up.
What do you do with the heated metal?
I keep it on the ring stand and I put it in the center of the lab so that it's not next to anything like dangerous.
Okay. You arrive, it's like a Jeep buggy. It's inside of the sewer. He puts you in the passenger seat. It's a car seat. It's not made for you. It's very small. He still buckles you in though, it's tight. He's like, you always gotta be safe. You gotta bring a little one. They don't let adults in the Chuck E. Cheese. We gotta go! You gotta go Chuck E. Cheese, you hype?
Yeah, fucking. What the fuck with this seat though?
Alligator jerky, pepperoni, let's go! And he smashes the gas. You guys are traveling to Chuck E. Cheese. Okay?
Cool. So the other things.
He just.
I have a box of miscellaneous chemicals
Mm-hmm.
in the lab.
Mm-hmm.
Get some hydrochloric acid. Get some. There was something. There's like some aluminum stuff.
I like the idea that you get really high for hydrochloric acid and then you go, there's like some aluminum. There's some, I don't know.
Well, there's some stuff that I don't like know what it is, and I don't want to take it because then it's like, ah, shit, and it might just be really bad, or it might just do nothing, and then I'd be like, take this. Yeah, it just does nothing. So I get the hydrochloric acid. I have some motors, some DC motors.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a big like metal.
Do you work with anyone in the lab?
Metal clip. Yeah, but I'm the keyboard. So people normally hit me up and they're like, yo, I'm trying to come into the lab. And I'm like, yo,
Who's like someone who comes in often?
often?
Yeah.
Legitimately, like, no.
Well, like who would be second to you?
Dr. Grimm.
Dr. Kearns? And he doesn't have his own key? No? He gave you the one key. You hear someone at the door.
I'm like, 1 second, and I like unplug,
Oh, you didn't answer the phone thing.
and I unplug.
You unplug which laser?
I listened to where the noise was coming from, and I don't like that laser.
Ooh, do a check. Do a check. Did you get the right laser? 2? Ooh. 4. You unplugged the wrong laser. Dr. Cronus arrives and is shocked by the laser that you did not unplug.
No.
He collapses to the ground,
No.
mortally wounded.
Mortally wounded. How do you know mortally wounded?
Are you gonna do a check and it's like, oh, it only hit his left testicle.
You can still make it.
Lasers have focal points. So there's like one specific spot where the laser is like most highly concentrated, and then it degrades like pretty quickly after that. So like there's one spot where it might like immediately kill you, and then everything else is like it'll like hurt you, but it wouldn't like you'll be dead. It's just if you keep like walking toward that fucking laser. So that so how do you know?
Good for you.
He's mortally alright. So that means that the lasers are at least in the right spot. so I run over
Kill the
to
melee. The laser's working. Good. Yeah.
This trap is foolproof.
So I run up and I'm like, hey.
When you run up to him, where do you go in relation to his body?
Where's he at?
So he was at the door, and he gets shot by the laser, and then he like falls like right where he was shot.
Is the door open? Is he in the door? Is the laser still going? Is the door?
I mean, there was no reason for the laser to stop.
And you run up to go help him.
But he's on the ground. Where did he get shot?
So he's lying on the ground. Where do you go in relation to the laser? Because it's still shooting.
I guess to the side of like his leg. So I like miss the laser and I'd be like as close to him as possible.
If he's down, what would the laser naturally hit next?
It depends if the door is open or closed.
Open, because he
brick
got
wall
shot.
behind it.
Yeah.
The like concrete wall.
Okay. Any effect on that?
Probably not.
Burn the paint.
Eventually heat, yeah, maybe a little bit of burn.
Focal
Maybe a
point
little
probably
bit of
too far?
burn. A lot of heat.
Okay. Just checking.
So I drag him out of the way of the laser, and then I run and turn off that specific laser,
Okay.
and then I pull him into the door.
As you pull him into the door, you hear someone go, "Yo, something smells like Chuck E. Cheese pepperoni. What is this?"
And then I run back and I plug the laser.
As you plug in the laser, you notice somebody happens to be in the lab with you.
In the lab. I'm in the hallway.
You're in the hallway.
So like there's like a hallway, which is where he would have walked in. And there are two lasers pointing, like there are two entrances to this hallway. And my lab is a specific lab in that hall.
So you're in the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh, so did
It's
you
an
say?
interior hallway.
So you like booked it.
So like essentially, I was in the hallway, which is where the lasers are set up, aiming at the two doors that enter the hallway before you can get into the lab. So I had them set up on these like activated things. So then I'm assuming Cronus opens the door to one of the things. Hit. Oh no.
Yeah.
Attempt to save it. Unplug the laser. Hear the bursting. But I've brought Cronus into the door. So then I go and I pull back, plug in the laser. So the trap's activated.
And then the door's still open.
No, I pulled it in. That would be the thing closing the door.
Oh, so then the door closes
To
when
the
you pull
old-
him in.
I mean, it's weighted. Yeah, like the only thing that
Oh,
would keep
okay,
the door
yeah.
open would be his body.
Oh, I see. Okay. So the laser is now still like back at it again.
It shouldn't be on, right?
Right, because it's based off of the
It's just
buttons.
active.
Mhm.
Active, yeah.
Would you have any way to see into the hallway?
I mean, I'm standing in it at the moment, right?
Well, I mean, what I mean is out of the lab. If you're like behind the doors and everything.
In the lab. In the lab or in the hall? Because there's like an interior hallway, and then the lab is a specific door in said hallway. And I'm in the hallway,
So not in the lab.
right? But there's only one entry and exit to the lab.
And that's where you have the laser set up? You got me ultra
I got you.
fucked.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm so
Okay.
fucked.
This one square
Okay.
is like the building. You have an outer hallway
Mm-hmm.
that is like the outer edge of the square. You have an inner hallway that just crosses right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a door here and a door here. And these two doors just go to the outer hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And what's in the middle is the interior thing. He's talking about lasers right here that face each door.
Mm-hmm.
And then his lab is like one of the little rooms dotting between the outer hallway and the inner one.
Okay. And then where is he?
He's like,
In
so
the
say he's
hall.
at this doorway, he just pulled Cronus's body in, closed the door, and plug in a trap. So
he's
there's the
there.
other hole. There's the other door over here. As far as this door and this door, the only ways in.
But I would
He
be
unplugged-
on the side of where the laser would
Okay.
hit. Not at the lip.
Now keep in mind the laser on this side is still off.
Right.
It's still off.
Because
Yeah,
he
you
never
plug it back in.
plugs in. Because you unplugged the wrong laser earlier. You're not aware of this
That's
game.
That's true.
Just saying, you forgot. you proved you forgot.
Alright. So.
Oh, or the windows. I forgot. That was my question. No windows.
Like
so
it's
he
an
would have.
interior thing, so like everything's closed off.
Ooh, so you just wouldn't be able to know. That's in part probably why Cronus ate a fat dick. Fat dick. So you're inside the interior hallway. You heard you killed him. You you heard someone talk about the pepperoni at Chuck E. Cheese. What do you do? You're still on the buggy ride, by the way. Car seats increasingly less comfortable.
So at this point, I've kind of gotten over the whole, like, the fuck is going on, and also, I guess, the pain of my feet. And I just, like, have my hands in the air, like, fuck yeah, bitch! We're going to Chuck E. Cheese!
Chuck E. Cheese is true happiness.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great.
I would
Alligator.
imagine.
I like
at
it.
this point,
Alligator jerky.
I'm gonna go check the second chat.
You're gonna check it? Why?
See if there's anybody on the other side of the door.
So you're gonna open the door? To check?
Slightly to peer out.
To peer out? It's one of those things where I feel like this would allow your character to naturally realize that that other laser is off, but also your character wouldn't do that if they believed the laser was on, because you would eat shit and die.
I could do that on myself.
Wait, are you going to the other door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going, but I'm like, why would he do that? Like, if I have the trap set up, and I've already tested the trap, and I know that
Well,
if
that's
the door
no problem.
opens, yeah, but he doesn't know that. So then he goes up to the door, and he's like, I heard someone talk, so I'm gonna check to see who's behind that door. Like, why would I do that? It sounds like you're like, ooh, they got me, I forgot. So I gotta have a reason to remember, but it's stupid, because I never do it.
So, could I say that I want to go like hit the button?
Why?
What button?
The button that activates when the door opens? Why would you hit the button?
So that I could activate the trap.
Why?
And burn the door down.
Yeah, burn the door.
Yeah.
That's no, you wouldn't do that. I like how you're like, yeah. It's like, no.
I'm trying to burn the door down.
Your character
It's
doesn't.
the only way to save him.
That doesn't make any sense. you gotta no metagaming.
Okay. So in that case, I drag him inside the lab.
You did that.
Inside
Right?
the
No, he was just in the doorway.
Oh
Or,
right,
like, just barely in the hallway.
Okay, okay. So now you're in the lab. You're in the actual lab.
Close the lock.
Okay. You're now inside the lab with Cronus' dead body.
I thought you said his dad bod.
His dad with his dad body.
How he died like that quick?
Yeah.
It was a mortal wound.
Yeah, but a mortal wound can be something that kills you over a few minutes.
I mean, can be. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean it will be.
So he's
He's dead.
instantly dead.
Yeah.
Why'd I bring him in? Okay.
Yeah, this was your confirmation. This is how you learned, like, oh fuck, he's dead.
I like open the door to the left. Because I haven't heard anything.
Except what you did hear.
Right.
Right.
I'm not gonna open the door to
You
the
hear banging on the doors.
left. On what doors?
Into
The
the
laser
hallway?
doors.
Okay. So then I very quickly shut outside the door. Close the door.
And you lock it. How much do you think you could hear from inside the lab?
Quite a bit. It's a very resonant hallway and it's very quiet.
Yeah, like it's
Okay.
all straight up brick and tile, so it kind of reverberates.
This is the police. Open up. We'll give you to the count of 3. 3. They open the door. You hear, Officer Jim! Officer no! He loved Chuck E. Cheese. Ah! They're lasers. They're shooting lasers. See, I told you. It's the battery rapists. It's like, can we get Officer Crow to calm down, please? He's always talking about batteries. Batteries can't rape people, Officer Crow. People are dying from no, my pinky. What? Someone cut these lasers off and they're just shooting. Why are you referring to multiple lasers? Only one laser shoot. Everyone coming through the other door. There's no laser over here. And then you hear.
Well, you got at least 2 of them down. Or at least one down and one with his pinky gone.
How many footsteps do they hear?
Fucking shit done.
Oh. Okay. Wait.
I see a dead unsub.
Unsub?
It's like a suspect. My mom watches Criminal Minds. They say unsub all the time. So
Do you think real cops say, I see a dead
dead
unsub?
unsub. I had to Google unsub to figure out what it was. They would say it in episodes with like no context. I'd be like, what the fuck does that
Maybe
mean?
they just say a body.
It's just a real thing. I don't know. People say unsub.
Okay.
I don't know if campus police would say unsub.
Yeah.
But they see Cronus's body.
Also, I feel like at this point it wouldn't be campus police.
So wait,
They're still calling
you brought
it-
the body into the lab.
And then I pushed him out.
Oh, I didn't know you
Because
pushed him out.
he was like he's dead. Yeah.
I didn't know you pushed him out.
Yeah.
Mm. How would a body killed by a laser make it this far in?
Yeet.
And then Officer Crow is like, battery must have got him right there. And it's like, no! This is not, someone take him home! Give me a new pinky!
The one sensible cop's like, please.
You hear multiple sets of footsteps walk away. There's still the sound of breathing, and someone goes, oh my gosh, this burnt smell. It's like alligator jerky at Chuck E. Cheese. What do?
It's just a fucking thing.
You do nothing?
The door's open.
Well, he didn't just walk in here after getting shot and lay himself in front of this door.
As they're talking, I get my bottle of hydrochloric acid. I have breath.
Don't think they're getting through that locked door, but okay.
But if they do,
Well, he happened to be next to this locked door.
how do I know it's locked?
How do you know it's locked? Says the other officer. Huh, I guess you're right. And he goes through the door.
Ooh, also, I never turned on the lights in the lab.
It's just dark as shit.
It's just dark.
Yeah, but that's fine for me, because I'm not in the lit part. They're in the lit part.
You don't think cops have flashlights?
Oh,
Hey.
shit. You don't think cops have hydrochloric acid?
So one of them goes for the doorknob. What'd I tell you? I guess you're right. Should have known better that someone would lock the door. Well, let's call in the city locksmith. They'll be able
Why
to
are
get
they
through
just unlocking random ass doors?
Right?
here. Well, they're like the dead bodies next to the door.
Well, but ooh, so one important thing.
Mm-hmm.
My lab has a door right here.
investigation.
My lab has a door right here,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's another door. Like there's a whole bunch of other doors. There's another door. Right?
So you're like, who says the door that they're trying to get in?
Yeah, especially
Is the
because the
one.
door that opens, like my door, opens like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like, dude, so be like it could be for either.
I see where you're going. They could go for either of the two doors. Max is over here like, this isn't proper police procedure. Unknown Slayer says, how late is it? 3 a.m. exactly.
Yes!
Time for Krabby Patties.
I need to get sleep actually. I got exam to get ready for.
Oh, snap. Best of luck at your exam. I hope you enjoyed the sub-weed. Okay. It's 3 a.m. in-game, too. These police officers are too tired to follow procedure. And then Unknown Slayer said, damn, but it's D-A-M, and then his next comment was, with an N.
Yeah. Oh, also, after we do a few more things, I think I'd like to get a few hours of sleep. Would you want to meet back up at like 9
At 9?
to get breakfast?
Is Dunkin' even open tomorrow? Like Dunkin' Donuts?
Tuesday.
But it's Tuesday on the day where like...
Also, they still have chocolate?
Yeah, they still have chocolate at Dunkin'.
Okay, cool.
Is Dunkin' open
Also-
tomorrow? I
Also,
have no idea.
if you want hot chocolate, I have hot chocolate. I can give you a mix.
Not right now.
No, but I mean whenever. If you're ever like, I want
Why
some
do you
hot
get rid of $200?
Oh shit,
Yeah.
Max. When is your final tomorrow?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock? Yo, we can do something before 1 o'clock. How much charger bucks do you have to blow,
Like
Max?
$48.
48. I'll probably spend $20
For what?
for 3 donuts and 2 big and toasteds, and a colada.
The fuck is Koala?
What? You can get coladas in a variety of different flavors. It's similar to like an icy drink, but not quite, because an icy is essentially soda that's frozen in a weird way. The colada is more like crushed ice that is added with like a syrup, and it's like a drink that's pretty much just ice and sugar, just fucking sugar. And you can get it in like pineapple, blue raspberry. I'll probably get a medium or a large.
And this is at Dunkin'?
This is at Dunkin', and we can all go to Dunkin' tomorrow if you're interested.
The only condition would be if Cassie is free or not, because I'd of course rather hang with Cassie because we don't get to have much time.
Right.
But otherwise, yeah,
I'm balling.
sounds good to me.
At what time would be good?
Whenever I wake up, the latest I would hope to wake up is 11.
11. He wants to.
When I have the alarm set up.
There's a conflict of interest.
And I will probably wake up before then. But that's the latest I hope to wake up.
It's the latest you hope to wake up. I don't think you'd wake up and then be like, I'm immediately ready for Dunkin'.
Probably for hot chocolate or to run by and get a Mango Me Crazy from a burrito bowl.
Mango me crazy.
Yeah, it's mango, pineapple, and like 2 or 3 other things. Amazing.
Interesting. I feel like I shouldn't make the additional plan of you going to Dunkin', because I'm not sure if I'm
I'm kind of down for just whatever.
you're kind of
I
down.
had nothing to do
Okay.
besides just play Destiny.
Right. So, would you want to do 11? No? Too late?
Then I have stuff to do, and we'll see who's back from this morning. Well, I like have to go because he wants to head out of town as soon as we get back from our stuff. And
Oh,
he's
I see.
headed out. So
Right. Okay, so we wouldn't be able to do a full group 11 thing. So we would do 9 for the Duncan thing, which means we wouldn't be able to benefit from the charger bucks. But I guess that's okay.
I mean, it'll probably be the same situation next semester, because I've been trying, like, for the past 3 to 4 weeks just to get rid of money.
Oh, no problem.
So,
in the future, feel free to hit up your boy. Duncan is a great dunk for that.
all you gotta do is just kind of hang around, because I, after, like, Aiden and Jonathan, every now and then when I'm just headed out to get rid of money.
Ball.
That and meal slaves. So.
Have a wonderful night.
Yeah.
Let's see. Police. Locked door. Maybe yours. Maybe not yours. Dice roll. Doesn't really matter. They're calling a locksmith. Locksmith's not gonna like teleport in. So you're gonna get a locksmith.
Are they walking away from the room?
No, they're like calling him on a phone. It's like 2018. They don't have to go anywhere.
This nigga could be walking away late and then could be to like climb things.
I feel like at most they're like getting the tape ready. They're gonna close off the like seeing the crime. So you might hear some like footprints. Standard issue.
It's standard issue for any crime. You have to go get it. You're like, my mom watches CSI. Standard issue crimes.
There's a standard issue crime scene tape.
The UAH police like have it ready in case they need it.
So what are you up to? Now you got your hydrochloric acid ready. Are you just gonna wait it out? Once the locksmith shows up, if he unlocks one of the doors, I doubt they'll be like, damn, dead, and like not do any of the other doors.
Did one of them leave? There were 2, right?
You heard at least 2. You can't see. I can't throw you a ball. There's no window. You have no way to receive additional.
Let me ask you a question outside of the game. What happens if I die in the game?
You hear an echo of like a booming voice in game. What happens if I die in the game? The police officers go, "What the fuck was that?" And they look around the room, but it's dark. They got the flashlights.
They look around the room.
That they're in the hallway, whatever it is. It's weird to. It's essentially it has doors. It's closed off from a bigger hallway. That's just a room. I don't understand the semantics, but I'm looking.
It's me, God.
Nice try.
What do you mean, nice try? I'm a large disembodied voice.
But you're not the Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, then why do I have all of these tokens?
Unknown Slayer said, "Whose room? Or are you guys sharing? Am I the only one watching?"
We're all sharing.
It's like 3 a.m. More likely than not, you're the only one watching. Make sure to smash that like button, by the way. This is Aiden's room that we're currently in. Oh, your phone's more charged. Tokens, and what's Chuck E. Cheese pepperoni made out of? Alligator what?
Sure.
He's starting to sound like the one truth. That OT.
Why don't you come and play some of my wonderful games? I miss you.
I don't have any tokens.
That's alright. If you go to the other end of a large field and you dig right below the rainbow, you'll find my wealth of tokens. But hurry now, others are looking.
Yeah, you gotta give a God check. Unknown Slayer said, already did hit that like button. Yo, thank you kindly for smashing the like button. Truly appreciate it.
Oh no.
Oh, is everything okay?
Shoot, yeah, she's sweet. she sent me like a whole bunch of texts. And I was like,
Oh, he's talking about his boo thing.
2.
2? Damn. Case closed. Gotta pack up.
You know 1?
I got a 2.
Nice.
We gotta go get those tokens. Just bring the body. Maybe he likes pepperoni. So you hear the footsteps,
Maybe he tastes like it.
and they dip. What do you do in this interesting scenario?
Very quietly.
Mm-hmm.
I actually pull the door a little bit toward me so that it doesn't make like the noise.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like very carefully unlock
Mm-hmm.
the back. And I peek.
You peek out the door.
I do.
You don't see anyone.
I do a little poop.
A little poop.
And then I slowly stick my head out and do a little peek the other way.
Okay. The coast seems clear.
Sweet.
Cronus isn't even there. Let's see. Unknown Slayer said, "I wish I had friends who know what D&D is and had to say it again
I just say it again.
and had to say it again."
This isn't
Well, this isn't D&D. This is just we're making it up. Yeah, we're just making it up as we go. Game.
So I end up like stepping up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I walk toward the door that doesn't have the like laser.
But do you know?
That's true. No.
No.
I go and I try to unplug both lasers.
Okay.
And then it's like one of them's unplugged.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So then I like go out that door. And but before I go out, I like
Take a little peek. You see dead police officers ripped to shreds.
I look a little past them, like around the hall.
Yo, Aiden. It's that alligator guy who's chowing down on these cops. Killed all of them.
How do you know my name?
I'm coming to kill you. I'm coming over right now. He's like casually walking to like where you're at.
Oh, cool. Did you hear Chucky with the coins?
You mean, am I gonna munch on your brains? Yeah, most def.
Hmm.
Unknown Slayer said, or anything tabletop in general, I mean, or like, they're not into it, like games like D&D or tabletop stuff. I understand what you mean. Unknown Slayer.
Which alligator?
How would you know?
Because one of them I turned into chicken. The other one is gone with Max.
Mm-hmm.
So how does he know my name?
How, you don't know anything about any of these alligators? You haven't
Because
tried
you
to
said
figure
it's
it out.
the alligator guy.
It's an alligator.
Why do you want to munch my brains? I say as I'm like running and plugging in the other
The
laser.
laser.
Because he's casually walking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, why do you want to munch my brain?
I'm trying to find the new Chuck E. Cheese.
That's me.
I disagree with that.
Why do you say that? What makes you disagree?
The true Chuck E. Cheese would rule over the alligators like a true king, like a one true god, the OTG.
But you wouldn't realize until you were dead that one was the one true Chucky because he'd rule over you too hard. He'd rule over you to death.
Well, you must not be it, for I am still alive.
I guess you're right.
The alligator opens the door and gets shot by the laser and dies.
Guess you're wrong.
Another alligator dude outside the door, which is being propped open by the first alligator dude's dead body, is like, "Is that a fucking laser?"
And then I scream at him, I am the one true Chucky.
One true Chucky.
Now at the alligator jerky I have made with my bare hands.
I am still alive, for you cannot be the one true Chucky. He says as he
But the
limbos.
door's
on
still
camera.
open. It's still fucking shooting him.
He's gonna limbo. There's a different alligator. Remember? He walks up and sees the laser and goes, "Is that a fucking? You killed the other one. I just straight up told you he was dead."
Okay, so then I'm near enough that I plugged it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I turn the laser.
Well, he was limbo.
Limbo.
That's what I was about to get into before you were like, "What?"
Okay.
He's limboing under the laser.
So then I keep turning it, so he continues to have to limbo, and he has baby ass legs. So eventually his big ass body should fucking give way under his baby ass legs.
These guys have clearly demonstrated that they're well versed in being bipedal.
Cool. So then what I'm gonna do, right, is I like hard turn the laser, like much more than he's limbo so far, because you can't like limbo quick. So I like turn the laser really sharp, hitting the concrete wall. So you'd have to come and limbo under that. I like go and unplug the second laser, and I bolt the fuck out of that door.
Okay. As you bolt out of that door, that one alligator's like, "Yo, where you going?"
And I'm like, to reclaim my throne as the one true Chucky.
And I feel like that is a solid stopping point. Will he become the one true Chucky? Let's see. Unknown Slayer said, "Okay, gotta go do some
Can I do
homework."
one more thing? Before we end the game?
You have 10 seconds.
I run back in and I throw the hydrochloric acid at him while he's limbo, and then I run back up.
Okay. My dick. Will he become the one true Chucky? Find out next time on Tabletop RPG, where we play just a different one that I make up.
Oh,
Ooh.
you think it's the same one?
We'll see.
I like the like continuous story.
What do you think?
I like it. I'm still confused about the alligator. Like, I get that it's like a religion thing, or like a cult or whatever. But they're like, oh, it's Chuck E. Cheese. What I'm curious about is like, so they're human cops. There's alligators that these human cops, I assume, see walking around with weapons, because they left a crime scene, and also believe in the same religion, and go to do that religion thing, and then allow the alligators to walk in with guns. So I assume there's some like weird caste system in this society where like, because one of the alligators was like, yo, like when I first leave the thing, he's like, yo, if you made a mess or whatever, I'm gonna I can report you to the campus or whatever. So that must mean he's not worried about people seeing him, and that he'd have sway over the campus to report me, and would have enough sway that he didn't think it would matter that I had enough time by the time he would leave and report it to the campus for me to like undo the shit.
Why does he have to leave to report you to campus?
So he calls the campus and says, hey, there's a person fucking up shit. And it's like, oh, okay, so where are you? I'm in their dorm. Why are you in their dorm? I broke in.
I don't think he would say that.
So he'd say, I'm supposed to be here. And then they'd come in, and then it's like, yo, this alligator person broke into my dorm, and I'm trying to fend them off.
Well, that didn't happen. So we don't know how it went.
Right. So I imagine, because of that setup, and because of everything else that I've seen described, it seems like the alligators aren't particularly worried about people, and may even have people being like, if not subservient to them, at like a lower caste than them, in a sense. So like, one of the alligators was like, if you were the one true Chucky or whatever, you would have, you would rule over all the alligators. But I don't think you're the one true Chucky. And it seems like they doubt that like a human could be one because he's not a mouse. But two, I would imagine, bring a tear to your eye.
Because the human's not a mouse was just like an interesting rationalization.
But also, because I would imagine it has something to do with like, well, a human couldn't possibly be the one true Chucky because they're like not an alligator or a mouse. So like, couldn't be like the return of Chucky or whatever. So
I can't tell if they can hear you sometimes.
okay. I'm not sure if it's a thing where like it would seem to me, on like going out on a limb here, that either there was something that happened, like that voice, being me, but in another scenario before I ended up here, that there's that there was some sort of either one revelation that like Chuck E. Cheese was like an actual god in some sense, or something that made people believe Chuck E. Cheese was a god, and then that declaration somehow had these like sentient alligators put at its peak. So it's like the main like Chuck E. Cheese and like the alligator people and then like humans, or that like alligators brought the like Chuck E. Cheese religion either as like an invading force, like a conquering force or whatever, and they're like, we whip that ass. Here's the Chuck E. Cheese religion y'all gotta follow, and it's fucking us and then you, and above us Chucky. So it's like, alright, so then I imagine that because of all that, people are just like, alright, whatever. So the rationalization for why I'm alive when you start the game is that like, because these alligators are just like in this like upper tier, like upper class system, they can just sort of like an entire caste above, they can kind of just be like, we can murder humans and it's not that big a deal. So like a group of alligators can specifically be like, that human just needs to die. And the other humans gotta be like, well, alright, I guess they gotta die. So then I happen to wake up. That shit happened. It's like, oh, it means dying today. The thing I can't explain is why there's the bearskin rug, other than the idea that like, oh, it's just a callback to the first game. And the bear and that. Unless the bear's not a bear but a mouse.
Gosh, what are your theories about the first game?
If it does it tie into the second game?
Does it, Aiden?
If I were going to like look back at it now, if I was looking at the first game by itself, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be some sort of symbolism, maybe. But then, if it has a lot to do with nature and animals and stuff, and some of the animals talk, and some of the animals don't, or at least don't understand people, and can't speak the same language. So, from looking back after having played the second game, I could imagine if the bear isn't a bear but like looks more like a mouse, but you just described it as a bear. Like if I would have like looked in more detail, it would be like, it's a bear, but it has like big ears, and it's a bear, but it has like kind of like a pointed like face thing, like a mouse. It's a bear with a rat tail. And it's a bear with gray fur. And it's a bear that has like rat paw and everything. I would assume that the idea is so like all the animals, besides the ones that are like alone, all the animals that are in collectives, like the bees and the ants and shit, all are at least passive and at most aggressive. So anything that's self-reliant or that's alone. So like the bird, wasn't with anything else, immediately got killed. The butterfly can only see the river and gets fucked really easy. You gets fucked by everything if you don't look out. And so the idea of the mouse would be like that's the thing that like keeps all of them like doing that and shit. So then like that's the thing that like keeps you in that like fucked position. So then if you destroy the mouse, you destroy the thing. So then the idea that carries into this game. Where like, oh, everybody is like in this cult of Mickey Mouse. Or fucking Mickey Mouse. Fucking what's the name of it?
It's an interesting development.
No, it's changed. Chuck E. Cheese.
Goodness.
Chuck E. Cheese. So, in order to change the way that this is structured, you have to like get rid of this Chuck E. Cheese religion. Because like for example, alligator shot 2 shots and then knifed his feet, blew his feet off. Didn't seem like to be worried about the police coming after him. The police never did come after him. And then after that was like totally cool, like taking his food and shit. And like he seemed like, oh, me at gunpoint asking you for like a bite of your sandwich is like a really generous thing to you. So you should be grateful. And then also didn't have any remorse or concern about after having like severely wounded him and stolen his food, saying, well now you should be good to be friends with me. And we can go do whatever I want to do. And that's obviously what you want to do. Even if it's not. And just assume that that would be what you want to do, like in a system where the person that you're talking to doesn't have any rights, or is really concerned with like, or would be concerned with anything outside of what you would want because you're in a different position than them. Like, if you were, I was gonna say if you were like hanging out with the president and the president was like going to do something, but the president is still a free will thing.
Yeah, he's not gonna
If you
shoot
were like in
you
North
up.
Korea, if you were like in North Korea, and Kim Jong-un's like, let's go play basketball, and you're like, I don't really, and he's like, let's go play basketball. He's like, alright, I guess I'm playing basketball today. Not feeding my family.
Feeding these hoops, feeding that horse.
But then if you win,
We'll feed them you.
yeah, also fun. So yeah, those are my ideas on it. What are your ideas on it?
What are my ideas on it? That you have a very interesting perspective on what's going on.
Tell me your perspective.
I just make up stuff as I go. You
No,
know?
I know. And I know you're not like, oh, I can like tell you a thing about the future. Just from what you've seen. Like if you had to create like a universe built thing around it, what would you say?
I am doing that as we play the game.
If you had to like, if you had to make a guess right now and just go out on a limb, what would your insight be?
On what?
Why things are the way that they are in this world?
Chuck E. Cheese may just be fun, dude.
Why is there talking alligators?
A mama talking alligator and a
Why
dad talking.
was there ever talking alligators?
Emergence?
Emergence. So just the evolution that just evolved alongside humans?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it's new.
Why is it?
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Why is it that alligators aren't afraid of humans?
Maybe they're beautiful because Maybelline brings out the best in you.
Alligators are beautiful.
CoverGirl alligator.
That still doesn't prevent them from getting in trouble for murder.
I don't know. Have you seen Get Jiro?
What?
Get Jiro's a comic about a sushi chef in a world where cooks are celebrities. And Jiro straight up kills a guy because he put soy sauce on his shit. And the cops are like, I guess he shouldn't have done that in Jiro's place. And they're like, we'll take care of it. It just doesn't matter. Celebrity status.
So so all the alligators are celebrities.
I'm not saying that.
Some of the alligators are celebrities.
I'm also not saying that.
None of the alligators are celebrities, but have
I'm not
celebrity
saying that
status.
either.
So what are you saying?
What? I'm just talking.
So hypothetically, in your concept, some of the alligators are celebrities,
I don't
and
know.
all of the alligators.
What's the question?
What is the reason that the alligators, in your mind, are not afraid of breaking the law?
What is law to an alligator?
Why do you feel like there aren't active consequences and immediate consequences to the alligators openly breaking the law?
I mean, it's like 3 a.m.
Gunshots, still gunshots at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Crowded apartment buildings, still crowded apartment buildings, 3 a.m.
And maybe they just think it's somebody watching TV.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that realistic gunshot noise with the reverberation into the street.
Surround sound.
Surround sound.
That's just crazy. Sometimes the fraternity watches movies outside.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if we heard gunshots in real life at the apartment, I think we'd look out the window, but if we didn't see anything, I think we would rationalize it. I don't. Are you telling me if you heard gunshots, right?
Realistic sounding gunshots, I'd be
Mhm.
concerned, yeah.
And then you looked out the window, and then you didn't see anything, what would be the next thing you did?
If they were close sounding,
Sure.
probably call the police.
Be like, hey, I heard
Gunshot.
gunshots.
Because close gunshots are loud and unmistakable.
Mm.
Have you ever been to a shooting range?
Mm.
Loud and unmistakable. So that's the thing. Shotguns are like pretty loud. Pistols, rifles, loud.
Dirtier than shotgun?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah, that does sound so.
It is.
That's not what I
Straight up
was.
though, if you shoot a pistol, it's like loud as fuck.
Mm.
Which is interesting about how they show silencers and stuff in movies.
Yeah, they make
Because it's
them
still be loud. It's still, yeah. People do silencers for hunting and stuff. And for like sniper rifles and stuff, in like the military, still loud as fuck.
And how would you be able to be up at 9?
I'm just gonna force myself to get up. Because I need to. Got shit to do. I'm gonna probably crash as soon as I get back. Right?
Are you sure we should do breakfast? If you're like, the result is you like crash.
I mean, either way, we've been up till like 4 a.m. So there wouldn't be a point where, like, I'm gonna have to get up for Jonathan to come and for me to go with him. So then I'd be tired anyway, and then I'd crash anyway.
Should we hang out, but not necessarily do breakfast? Or are you like, I can see myself getting up at 9 to like not do the breakfast?
Kind of that, because I just like breakfast.
Mm.
It's cool.
Understandable. My current thought process is like, so if I go back to my dorm, I'm probably gonna want to go to sleep. But if I go to sleep when I get back to the dorm and then I like wake up, it'll be like, fuck, I gotta like exercise before I eat. So if I exercise before I eat, that'll be like a half an hour thing, and it's either a half an hour thing right now, like when I like get back to the dorm, or it's a half an hour thing when I wake up. So it'll be like a half an hour thing, and then it'll be like 9, and then you'll be like, yo, do you wanna walk from here to Duncan? And then, yeah. So you'll be like, yo, I'll be like, yo. Like, it seems manageable, but it'll be weird. It's weird on both ends. Are you down? You sure? If you're actually down, then I'll be like, okay, I'll do like the exercise thing. If you're not actually, it'll be weird if I did do the exercise and then you're like, no, it's like 9 a.m. I went to bed at like 3, and then I'd be like, oh, I understand.
I mean, that's not right now. You have to be either.
Okay. See you soon. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell so you're notified whenever we do these live streams. And post in the comment section below, what are your theories on everything that happened? Am I just making shit up? Yes. Feel free to share them in the comment section below. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only. Here with
Me.
and what were you saying?
I was just gonna ask one more question.
Alright, what is it?
I want to hear your thoughts on the religion thing.
Convoluted. Jet Black, the one and only. Logging out. Peace.